Oh, the webcam is turned off. Let me turn that on. Whoa, 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 whoa. This isn't what I wanted. Let's get into the main scene. Yo, 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 Cincinnati. Good morning and good afternoon, DCTV family. Welcome back to DCTV, where I am your host, Drew Collins, bringing you the very best sports infotainment news for the greater Cincinnati area. If you are new around here, join the DCTV family. We're on hashtag road to 2K subs. We are less than 30 subscribers away from 2,000. And once we hit 2,000, I will be doing a jersey giveaway of the new stripes, the new jerseys that the Bengals are releasing any day now. So become a member of that. If you want to become a member of the channel, you can join Buzz right here. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Follow me on my socials and join the Discord link in the description below. Other than that, you see the title. It's pretty sweet and simple. Nick Easton. It is rumored that he is visiting Cincinnati this very week. He has Cincinnati and Houston on his schedule. I believe Cincinnati first. Obviously, the sooner the better, because many of these players, once they visit that team first, they usually don't end up leaving without some money in their pocket. So we're going to be talking about who is Nick Easton, what can he bring, and what does this solve for the Bengals offensive line? Does this solve all the problems, some of the problems, or does this really do anything? We're going to get into that in just a few minutes. Welcome to my live viewers. Welcome if you are post-production. Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and post on my social media real quick. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. You see it on the screen. I'm going to go ahead, make sure I got all my stuff, all my information going for Nick Easton. So who is Nick Easton? Let's get into that first, correct? Let me pull up my page real quick. Let me give some shout outs to the people that are in here live. Michael, Landon, Die Hard, That's Lit Gaming, Dave, John, and the Rabbit. Who day, everybody, and thank you for being the first ones here. You guys are the very best DCTV family. All right, so who is this guy? Is he a starter? Is he a backup? Who is Nick Easton? Well, first, before I get into his quality of information, this is from the Bengals Wire on US Today Sports report. Bengals pursuing free agent offensive line Nick Easton. Per ESPN Jeremy Fowler, he said that the potential visit was set up with the New Orleans Saints interior lineman Nick Easton. Will set to happen sometime this week. Okay, good news. There's your report. Don't come at me. I'm not the one releasing these news. I'm just the one bringing it to you beautiful people, okay? So Nick Easton, he's had some experience with the Saints, the Vikings, and maybe a few of those teams. Those are the two teams I'm aware of. Who is Nick Easton? Nick Easton is a middle-of-the-pack guy. He is not an all-star, but he's not a bum. He's a guy that can come in and play valuable minutes at many positions. The awesome thing is that he has experience at guard and center, left guard, right guard, and center. So if you need to, if you have an injury or you need to, miss a match, move along the week, he can play center. He can play guard. And that is very awesome for the Bengals because as you saw last year, so many, players got hurt. You got to be able to move around guys, and it's awesome that Nick Easton's going to have that experience to be able to hop around that interior of the offensive line. As long as it's on a tackle position, he'll be able to fill in if needed. He's better. He is a better run blocker than pass blocker, although he hasn't given up too many sacks. I believe 2 last season or 1 last season, and then 2 the season before that. So pretty good. Obviously, he's not a tackle, so it's more run blocking. But he's averaged around a 60 PFF grade, in his career, which isn't obviously like jumping off the charts, but it is what it is. Like he is a guy that can come in and be a really good backup or a borderline starter that can get you a year or two, and somewhat be consistent. He got cut off the Saints because he was a cap casualty. They were paying him, I believe, around $6 million a year. I think it was like 4 years, 28 or 24 million. Just pretty much overpaid for him. He's dealt with some injuries in his past, neck and some other things, but he's healthy right now and he's ready to play right now. And there's a couple teams looking at him to come in to possibly be a starter, if not a grade A backup. And the reason why he's as awesome because he's very expandable. If we draft a guard and the guard outplays him, okay, well, he could play backup center behind Billy Hopkins. If we draft another tackle and we have to move somebody to guard and he wants to be able to be the left guard or the right guard, you can move him around. This is exactly what the Bengals need. Even if he doesn't become a starter in the long run, he could always be a solid backup to be there. He's also, I believe, 28 years old, so he's not too old, but he's not too young. He has experience, and that's what the Bengals need. They need to bring in guys that are experienced because the team is so freaking young. It's ridiculous. The more experience, I'm all in. He's not high 30s, but this guy's 28. He's had some experience in the NFL, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's looking for. So I like that a lot. That's also good news right there. Once again, all these people are saying depth, starting, I don't know. My biggest concern, or not, it's not even really a concern, but it's my question mark. Where is the Quentin Spain talk? Quentin Spain was unbelievable for the Cincinnati Bengals last season when he got released from the Bills because he had issues with the management, not because of his play. Got released, came to Cincinnati, and balled out. He was a true captain on that offensive line last year that really needed someone to be able to leech on and need a leader, and he was that leader. He's not an all-star, but he's a previous Pro Bowler with the Bills. And he's a heck of a player. He shouldn't be cheap, and I haven't seen any teams attacking him or going after him. So why aren't the Bengals re-signing Quentin Spain? He's around that 20 to low 30 range. You need to bring both these guys in. Here's my thing. If you don't bring him in, you need to get Trey Turner or Quentin Spain. You got to get one of these guys, if not two of them. My biggest thing is bring in two of these guys. It can be Quentin Spain. It can be Quentin Spain and Nick Easton. It can be Quentin Spain and Trey Turner. You got to bring two of these guys in and then also accumulate over the draft. The reason why you need to do this is because all three of these guys aren't going to be that expensive. And majority of these three guys, the chances that they sign a one-year deal is pretty high. And the reason is because it really benefits the player, because if they sign a long-term deal, it's going to be cheap because of the salary cap being so low because of COVID, where next season it's going to jump up a lot, and they're going to be able to hit the market next season and get paid either somewhere else or here, but they're going to be able to get paid more money. So it really makes sense for the Bengals to at least try to bring two of these guys in, at least on a one-year deal, maybe extend them a little longer. You got to do something here. You can't just be sitting ducks. You got to protect Joe Burrow. The reason why I really don't care who we bring in, we just got to bring in somebody, is to protect Joe Burrow. This is called the Joe Burrow effect. 90% of these free agents that we brought in so far, why? Because of Joe Burrow. Not Zach Taylor, because of Joe Burrow. Not Mike Brown, because of Joe Burrow. So if Joe Burrow can get in contact with two of these three guys, thank you so much, Joe. You've already done so much for this organization this offseason. I call it the Joe Burrow effect, and that's why it's in the title of this stream. So, with that said, hold on. Let me tweet this real quick. I forgot the tweet. My bad for my Twitter people. I forgot to tweet that I'm live. You guys are enjoying this information, smash that like button. And don't forget, on DCTV here, I want you guys active in the comment section, live on the stream and post-production. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think we need Nick Easton? Do you think we need Trey Turner? Or do you think we should bring back Quentin Spain? Or do you think we should just draft, let go of all these guys and just, hey, all or nothing in the draft? Let me know your opinions. This is a big reason why I like Nick Easton, and I haven't seen anywhere this been, I haven't seen this been said anywhere else. He went to Harvard. So even if he's not the biggest physical guy, big grueling muscle offensive lineman tossing guys around, his football IQ is there. Why do people love Justin Herbert coming out of the NFL? Because he was over a 4.0 biology student, major, whatever. They said he was really smart and he has high football IQs. Well, he gets into the league and he does have high football IQ. This guy's coming out of Harvard and he's probably has better smarts than he does physicality in his entire NFL season. And not many players can relate to that. So that is another big thing I love about Nick Easton that you probably won't hear anywhere else. He's 6'3", over 300 pounds, so great size. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that's not good size, because 6'3", 300, that's a pretty big guard. I'm not going to say he's undersized. I just think his mentality is better than his physicality, and that's really a compliment, because not many players in the league can say that. And I think the Bengals organization could use some smarts in their life. Let me know if you agree with that. So, let's go check out more of his information per Pro Football Focus. 2016, at 24 years old, he started at center with the Minnesota Vikings. He played 11 games, started 5. 2017, he was also with the Vikings at left guard, started 12 games. Then in 2019, he signed with the New Orleans Saints, played left guard in 2019, right guard in 2020, played a combined of 15 games in those 2 seasons, dealing with some injuries. So I mean, this is another reason that, if he did get injured, this is why I need to sign 2 of these 3 guys: Trey Turner, Quentin Spain, and or Nick Easton. And if you want to know who Trey Turner is, I already did a live stream on him, I think yesterday, the day before. So go check out that stream and let me know your thoughts on Trey Turner. Trey Turner is my absolute number 1 signing. If the Bengals could sign anybody, if the Bengals could sign one more person before free agency ends, it would be Trey Turner. But we have sources that Nick Easton's actually visiting with Cincinnati. So that as of right now, this is a realistic chance, and I can take what I can get. Let's get into it. So his penalties. So in his entire career, he has 12 penalties in 4 seasons. So let's just throw up an average of, what would that be? 3, 6, 9, 12, 3 penalties a season. I'll take it. Most Bengals players get that in, a half a season. So I'll take 3 penalties. Obviously, he's a guard, not a tackle, so it's a little bit harder to get called for the holding than it is tackle, if that makes sense. He was the 180th overall pick, 6th round. So it looks like he actually got drafted by the 49ers, but then was traded to the Vikings that season. Interesting. And another thing I want to get into is, money-wise, how much would he be? It also depends if it'd be a 1-year deal, which I would assume, or a couple-year deal, but I would assume anywhere from $2 to $5 million max. I mean, he coming off 2 seasons with back-to-back injuries, he's not going to be asking for much. He also is known to, a 60 PF. He is just a guy you can throw in there, and it's going to be better than Michael Jordan or any of our other options by far. So if I had to assume anywhere from $2 to $5 million, I would assume highly guaranteed, maybe $1 million or $2 in incentives, but it'd be majority guaranteed deal, but it wouldn't be that much money. So if you're asking money, that would be my assumption. Don't hold me on it if the Bengals overpay. I don't think they will. His current salary with the Saints was 4.5, and they released him because he was a cap casualty. So if they think he's getting overpaid by that much, that tells you something. It's probably going to be less than that just by looking at that. Try to give you some more stats. So yeah, his 2020 season stats, and this is per PFF again. He was 3rd in penalties, or he was tied 32nd in penalties. He had 3 penalties the entire season. Once again, this wasn't it. He didn't play every single game. And then he allowed 2 sacks. The game overall 59.6. Take it how you want it. I want you guys to realize this. Once again, this isn't a long time fix, but this is enough time for the Bengals to keep addressing their line, or keep addressing the players they want to get in the draft, and continue to progress the players they've drafted. They've drafted some pretty high offensive linemen, mid-round guys. I could name a few, not going to on the spot, that really haven't panned out. Billy Price, I like how they wanted to. You can bring these older guys in to help them kind of possibly progress their career on, whereas basically their entire team, or their entire NFL career, they've kind of been built around nothing. They've just been known as the laughing stock of offensive linemen in the past 5 years, if not more, of an offensive line. So to bring in other guys outside, it's only going to benefit them. Yeah, they're going to have to fight for playing time, but that's what you want. You want competition. You need as many as guys you can coming to the draft, a couple signings. This is what you need. You need outside influencers to come in and add on to that Cincinnati Bengals culture. Now, if I could rank Trey Turner, Nick Easton, and Robert Spain, or Quentin Spain, excuse me. It'd be Trey Turner 1, Spain 2, and Nick Easton 3. That's currently, if I could have best to worst, those would be my top 3 in order. But hey, we currently don't have, I think, a single right guard on roster right now. Not a single one. So right now it's going to be Joe Burrow at right guard, and Brandon Allen at quarterback, I guess. I mean, I don't know what they're thinking, because even if you only draft one guard, that's only one person. You're going to need backups. This is why I'm saying they need to sign 2 out of these 3. You might be saying, okay, why 2? Why, and we're going to address one in the draft. That's because we have no depth. I mean, we don't have anybody at the position regardless. So I want to explain that. So if you had any questions about that, that is why I'm saying we need at least 2 more signings on this offensive line. I'm not saying they got to be superstars. Obviously not Joe Thuney. I'm not saying they got to be the best. I'm just saying you need somebody. You need somebody there. So if somebody goes down or whatever, you have somebody to step up that's played football before in the National Football League that can protect Joe Burrow. What are we saying? Wish we would get Trey Turner, though, says H2 Productions. I'm 100% with you. Like I said, Trey Turner right now is my number 1 option. If they could have any of these 3 guys, or really anybody in free agency right now, it would be Trey freaking Turner. I can only tell you what I said. There's only been, if you go back to the stream, and even to now, there's been no more updates with Trey Turner. It's just that it's been rumored that the Bengals have interest in him, and he has interest in the Bengals. There's been no positive connection that he's gone to Cincinnati or whatever. There's nothing yet. I haven't even seen anything about him going to other teams and visiting. So I have no idea on the Trey Turner update. Quentin Spain, I have nothing for you. I've seen absolutely nothing on Quentin Spain so far. I can only confirm that Nick Easton is meeting with the Bengals and the Houston Texans this very week. That's the only thing I can confirm for you as of right now. Salary cap isn't lower because of COVID? I'm pretty sure it is. Rabbit says, I agree this is a good move. Tom Brady's going to the Bengals. John says we need them all. Welcome, Buzz. Houday. Nick Easton, seriously, how did they get him to come down here? Well, because he doesn't have many options if he wants to continue his National Football League career. He has the Texans, which I wouldn't want to go to that organization. It's basically a burn barrel right now. I mean, you got a quarterback who might not even play this entire season because he either wants to sit out or because he has 13 sexual assault cases against him right now. Take it how you want it. And then you got a GM, a coach, a owner who is delusional, and you got a whole bunch of players who only are playing there because of money right now. So I wouldn't want to go there, but hey, you do you. Or you got the Cincinnati Bengals, who have one of the up-and-coming quarterbacks in the National Football League, and a team who is aspiring to build the locker room and build, I don't know, what do we want to say here? Build a locker room, build a a new day. I think that's what the Bengals could, offer right there. Once again, the Joe Burrow effect. Do you want to play with Joe Burrow, or do you want to play with the backup of whoever is going to be backing up Deshaun Watson? Who do you want to be blocking for? Who's the backup for Deshaun Watson? Isn't it Ryan Finley? Didn't they sign Ryan Finley? Do you want to play with Joe? Do you want to block for Joe Burrow, or do you want to sign for Ryan, or do you want to block for Ryan Finley? You guys let me know in the comment section who would you rather block for? Well, isn't it Ryan? Isn't that where? Let me confirm that. Isn't that where Ryan Finley went? And Deshaun Watson, I'm telling you right now, he won't play the first 6 games of the season, either because he's sitting out, got traded, or because of his sexual assault cases. He will get suspended for that. Almost 100%. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, he got released, and then hours later, Ian Rappaport said, no, he didn't get released. He got traded. We moved up about 30 spots at the end of the draft, so we traded him technically. But yeah, he's a Texans quarterback, so that's actually kind of funny. Oh, they got Tyrod Taylor too? Well, whoever it would be. Maybe they got Tyrod Taylor too. Yeah, so they got Tyrod Taylor too. So, I mean, those are your 2 options. I think Ryan Finley puts up a good fight against Tyrod Taylor. I'm just kidding. All respect to Tyrod. It's unfortunate what happened last season. He's a hell of a player. It's a deep enough Frank Polak back to the O-line, or back to be O-line coach. Yeah, and that's a huge addition, and I think that was part of the reason some of these offensive linemen, I think that could be another reason why they want to, have some interest here. he's just known league wide to be a great offensive line coach, and players want to be coached by him. So yeah, I think that's another solid reason he actually knows how to improve the offensive line. And that's why I'm also saying you need to bring in some new guys, but also focus on guys like Billy Price and these other guys we drafted the past few years and haven't really improved. They've kind of degressed, if that's possible. And maybe Polak can, turn their career around. That would be huge for these guys. So thank you, whoever brought that up. That's a great point. You gotta bring in the new guys and work with them, but also the guys we've already spent draft capital on and really haven't turned out. So maybe Billy Price turns a 360 around. Guard free agents: Austin Blythe, Nick Easton, Trey Turner. Oh yes, my bad. We also talked about Larry Warford in that Trey Turner stream. I really like Larry Warford. He is very solid, but once again, I've really seen nothing on him. So if maybe I put Larry Warford over Nick Easton, they would be fighting for third place for me. He's really talented as well. Once again, that's another player. I haven't seen him make any moves so far. But yeah, Larry Warford's a hell of a guard that would be able to come in and make, probably fight for a starting spot right away. Guard draft: Wyatt Davis, Ohio State; Trey Smith, Tennessee; Creed Humphrey, Oklahoma. Creed Humphrey's a dude that's like massive, right? I gotta study more of the prospects, but Creed Humphrey is the guy that is like absolutely a tank, right? 6'4", 302 pounds. Unit. Absolute unit. Quinn Menierez, Wisconsin; Josh Myers, Ohio State. And just because we sign Nick Easton or Trey Turner or Quentin Spain, we resign him, that doesn't mean not draft. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not just saying you sign these guys, you don't worry about the draft. No. Because most of these guys are going to be 1-year rentals or 2 or 3 year deals max. For example, Riley Reef, that was a great signing. He's going to be able to make an immediate impact to protect Joe Burrow. He's actually really good. I believe he was ranked 12th last season in his position at tackle. It's really damn good compared to what we had. But it's a 1-year deal. There's no guarantee that he'll be back next season. But it gets a chance for the other guys to improve, and it gives the Bengals a year to develop guys and not have to draft tackle first or not have to draft guard first. If we want to be able to get Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase or any of these guys, we are able to because we have guys for a year or two, the year or two rentals, to be able to push those guys back and be able to draft rounds 2, 3, and 4 on those lineman positions. So it gives us options. And that is the best case scenario about signing these guys. 1, for depth, but 2, it gives the Bengals options. They don't have to feel obligated to draft tackle 1, draft guard 2. You have options because you have guys that come in and make immediate plays. Another thing is, even if they still do decide to draft high and on tackle or guard or just offensive line in general, those guys don't immediately have to come in and start if they don't want to or if they're not ready enough because they have competitive play on that offensive line. You have multiple options. The more options, the better. I keep using these examples in the past few streams about the 49ers of how they were the most injury-ridden team of all time in one season. It was just ridiculous, and I felt so bad for the organization, but they were still competing because of great coaching and a great job by the organization to put a team that has so much depth together. That's impressive. So, I mean, that's just one option of what depth can do to a team. They weren't winning a lot of games, but they were competing and they looked pretty well at moments. So, yeah. So, I'm not saying just because you sign these guys, you don't draft. Incorrect. You still draft these positions because they're very valuable and important to give Joe Burrow success and to protect him, to be very honest. But yeah, that kind of, that's kind of where we're at right here. You like him, 619 Bengals fan? I'll have to look up some highlights. He said he's from Tennessee. Where is he expected to go? What, first round, second round, mid? Ooga booga, I hear you, man. Josh Myers is from my town, and the Bengals should draft him. Cool, that's cool. Yes, Reynolds did sign with the Titans, and I'm kind of pissed off. Excuse my language about that one, and I'll get into that for a second. If you didn't see yesterday, I did a stream. Bengals should sign Josh Reynolds. Why? And the reason why this makes me kind of, a little ticked off is because Joe Burrow, the only reason we've had such a good free agency class so far is not because of Zach Taylor, but it's because of Joe Burrow, even though he was hurt for half the season, right? And the one time Zach Taylor can actually recruit somebody, him himself, Zach Taylor, not Joe Burrow, can bring somebody in because of his connections, he fails. Matter of fact, I don't even think he tried to bring him in for to visit. Maybe he did and it was too late and the Titans got to him before, but I mean, it was like day 5, 6, 7 of free agency. He failed. That's very frustrating. The one time he himself could recruit somebody and he failed. And you might be like, well, what's Zach Taylor have to do with it? It's because Zach Taylor was his receiver coach in LA. Reynolds is a receiver, and the year he got drafted in 2017, that was the year Zach Taylor was with the Rams, and he was the receiver coach in 2017. So he knows the kid. As a matter of fact, he was probably intaked into his draft decision of the whole reason the Rams drafted him. I'm sure he had a say because he was the receiver coach. And the fact that he couldn't even bring him in for a visit, maybe I don't know, maybe they tried to and it just didn't get leaked out or whatever, and it just couldn't work out. That's very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Because Reynolds, I don't know, man. I really didn't know too much about him until I really dove deep, and he just really fit well for a 1 or 2 or 3 year deal for the Bengals to help Joe Burrow. I mean, it was really looking well. But did they release a contract price for him? Did they release a contract price? So I'm a little angry about that. I can't lie. Yeah, I don't see a contract number, a price tag, but I can't imagine it's too much. With the little production and time he's had on the field, it really can't be much. But he's a young kid. He would be the fastest receiver on the team. He played 30% from the slot, so he could slide into the slot. He's 6'3", or he could slide to the outside and let Tyler Boyd do the damn thing in the slot. I mean, he just gave the Bengals so many options, and with that options, they wouldn't have to assign a receiver in the top 3, top 4 rounds and or a tight end, a pass catcher, as the New England Patriots call it, either a receiver or tight end in the first 3 to 4 rounds, and, now they basically have to if you want them or not. Thanks, man. I really wanted him on the Bengals. I'm not going to lie. I really wanted him. But, good pickup for the Titans. Which guard would you draft? 2 or 3 round pick? White Davis or Trey Smith? Honestly, I would have to do a little bit more research before I pick a name. You said round 2 or round 3, so you're not saying round 1. I mean, I would have to do more research. I'm not just going to give you an uneducated answer. But summing up, if you love draft talk and just what the Bengals could potentially do, I'm going to be doing some draft streams soon where I'm going to get on a website and I'm going to draft player by player, round by round. And I'm going to have you guys do it with me so you guys can put a little influence on the decision. Wyatt Davis, 6'4", 315. Oh, I like that already. That is a big boy for a guard. Holy crap, even bigger. Trey Smith, 6'6", but only 181, so he's pretty thin. But 6'6", I mean, is he a guard? A 6'6" offensive guard? Man, that's a big guard. I'm definitely liking that. But is it 181 accurate? That's what it says via Google. On here it says 6'4". It says senior bowl measurements, guard, Tennessee, senior, 6'4", 5'8", 312 pounds. Oh, I don't know. I'd have to do more research, but they both look intriguing. I would lie if I say they don't. We've been live for 30 minutes. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, comment "Who Dey" in the chat, and hit that sub button. and join the DCTV family. If you want to talk more Bengals football, go to the link in the description. There's a link that's to Discord. Discord's just a group chat where you can talk Bengals football all day for free. There's over 100 Bengals fans in there. All we do is talk football, Bengals football, Cincinnati Reds baseball. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Rappian says Watkins is a target. Yeah, I definitely saw some news on that, and I got a lot of that brought up in the Josh Reynolds stream. Majority of people in the stream, which is okay to disagree with me, said they would rather have Watkins. I disagreed, but hey, if I'm in the minority in the argument, I'm totally okay with it. And I respect your guys' argument. That's the only reason I want you to argue it. But I still like Watkins. I think he'd be a little bit more expensive than what Reynolds would be. But I see that he's meeting with the Ravens this week. And I haven't seen that he's meeting with the Bengals yet. I don't think the Ravens are gonna let him walk out without signing a contract in Baltimore. I mean, the Ravens are in dire need of extra receiver threats. Obviously, they're probably gonna target one in the draft pretty early, but they need some weapons, and Sammy Watkins could definitely help them. He already has rings. I think he'll get paid a pretty decent money in Baltimore. So, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he visits Baltimore, but still wants to, field some more options, and maybe he gets a visit in Cincinnati. I would be shell shocked, and I'm sure Ravens fans would be if he goes and visits in Baltimore and doesn't sign. I mean, you got to have Lamar Jackson there, and I think if he has a one-on-one conversation with Lamar Jackson, I don't think he's leaving Baltimore. Now, I think a lot of reasons why receivers don't go to Baltimore is because their load is going to be probably the lowest in the NFL. I mean, that's good on their body, but they want stats because if they ever move somewhere else, they can get paid more. And when you go to Baltimore, they run the ball more than anybody else in the NFL, or they're top 3. So I think they know it's run over pass in Baltimore, and they just know their load's not going to be as heavy. So I think that's a big reason why people struggle to sign, or you see receivers, think twice about signing in Baltimore. But I definitely would like to see Sammy Watkins. Don't get me wrong. Jeffrey says, I think Pitts or Chase. I definitely think offensive line still first. As of right now, if the draft was right now and we haven't signed any other offensive line, I still go offensive line. I'm either going Slater or Panay, or if there's any top guard, I am signing offensive line before I draft receivers right now. I mean, our offensive line's incomplete. We don't have a single right guard. You can get all the receivers and tight ends you want, but if you don't have a damn line to block for Burrow, he's not going to be able to give it to the receivers or tight ends. So, if the Bengals make, re-sign Quentin Spring, bring in Trey Turner, maybe Nick Easton or whoever, then I say you can go after Kyle Pitts, who, did you guys just see he ran a 4.4 today? He's 6'6", 215 or however much he weighs, and he ran I think a 4.44 or 4.46 today. Obviously, it's like unofficial stopwatch or whatever, but there's not a draft combine, so it's kind of awkward with that situation or whatever. But yeah, he ran. It was like I love Kyle Pitts, and I like the Jamar Chase Joe Burrow connection. But I just got to protect Joe Burrow before I get him some weapons as well. I mean, he already has more weapons than he does protection, in my opinion. So if the draft was right now, I'm going offensive lineman over anybody. But if the Bengals can field in some free agents to help protect Burrow, then I say that first-round pick, you can get Pitts or Chase. Uday Rabbit. What is your prediction for the season? I'm not gonna, it's way too early to say anything. I got to see how the division plays out first before anything. Like, I got to see what our division teams do and what they're going in. And then I got to see what the Bengals do here in free agency and the rest of the draft. And then obviously if Joe Burrow is playing week 1, which it looks like he should be. But I think they're going to actually compete this season if Joe Burrow is healthy. That's my prediction as of right now. It's way too early to give anything else. I think being able to compete is, our first priority. KP Gaming said, hold on. Jeffrey said, watch them pick a kicker in the first round. That's funny, man. Hey, we just got our punter back. We got Kevin Huber back for like the 13th season. That guy's been kicking, punting balls for the Bengals almost as long as I've been alive. Well, I'm 19, so 6 or 7 more years I've been alive. But that's over a decade that guy's been punting for the Bengals, and he had his best season of his career last season. So welcome back, Kevin Huber. We still got to draft. We still got to be able to get someone who can return punts and kick field goals, which I was actually going to do a special teams draft here soon. Let me know if you want to see that. Obviously, it's not as entertaining as a draft in general or other positions, receiver, offensive line, but special teams still needs to be addressed, man. We've lost a lot of games in the past few years because of our special teams. So let me know if that's something you want to see. Like KP Gaming said, I heard the Ravens also didn't want to pay it for receivers. I don't know if I saw something like that, but hey, man, they don't want to put too much money in the receivers because they know it's rushing first, if that is true. Lil Josh says T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton's a hell of a player, but he's just too much moolah, man. Hey, but if he wants to take a low deal to come to Cincinnati, I would be crazy. Person said, I mean, Pitts would make a lot of sense if we can sign some more offensive linemen because we have a better line from last season and we need a tight end because I don't think Uzama is a tight end in the future. Yeah, I love Kyle Pitts, and seeing what I saw today in his 40 time, I love him even more. But we got to be able to protect Burrow first. But if we are able to do that in free agency, then yeah, I'd say definitely get him. We play 5 out, 4 out, like 75% of the game. So he's going to line up at receiver or the traditional tight end spot on the line off the tackle. He's going to see a lot of playing time. And, CJ Uzama's coming off an injury, although he was having a pretty good year. And then we all know Drew Sample is just not the answer. Maybe the Pats offer us a king's ransom. Yeah, 4-4-6. Yeah, crazy. Pitts can play wide receiver, tight end. Exactly, that's what I was saying. He's going to be able to line up on the traditional tight end spot off the tackle, or when we run 5 out, he's going to be, lining up not on the line but standing straight up. That's why I think he fits great in our system. I probably pick Kyle Pitts over Jamar Chase. Got to do a little bit more research. Got to see Jamar Chase's stats heading into the draft, but I like Jamar Chase because he has that connection with Burrow. But at the same time, I think I would pick Pitts over him. For me, I'm just a little scarred about the Drew Sample pick in the second round. It's just so hard picking that position just a few years ago in the second round and seeing it already not pay off. Obviously, we know he's days and lights better than Drew Sample, and he hasn't even taken a snap in the National Football League. But still, that hurts right here, man. The swing and miss on the tight end position that high in the draft just stinks. Do a special teams draft. Drake, did you say your notifications didn't go off, man? Come on, man. Hey, get on YouTube, man. I don't know what YouTube doing with the notifications. And that's a good reminder. If you guys are already subscribed, or if you haven't, join the family. But if you are subscribed, hit that notification bell. Because right now, my schedule is Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm going to shoot for 7 o'clock. But right now in free agency, I've been streaming every day or almost every day. So it's kind of hard to tell you guys when I'm streaming. So to make sure you're here live for the stream so you don't have to watch it post-production, hit that notification bell so you get a notification. Or follow me on my socials because I post on my Twitter and Instagram before I go live. Let's see what we're saying. Pitts is a freak. Yeah. That guy is a freak in nature, man. Jake said, if we go skill position in the first, we need to get Pitts. If Sewell is gone, we want to go line. We need to trade down to 9-10 to get Slater. Or even down 15-20, get Christian Darrisaw. I mean, let's be honest. The Bengals aren't going to trade down unless hey, prove me wrong, Bengals. But what's the chances they trade down or up? They just don't trade in the draft. Hey, it's a new day, a new who day. So maybe so. Throw Gio at punt return. I mean, at this point, we don't got anybody else, so we might throw Gio at punt return. Honestly, my prediction for punt return is that whatever cornerback we draft, probably rounds 3 to 6, I would assume that corner is also going to be a punt returner. Clip that right there. Bring it draft time. Let me know if I'm right. Draft Sewell or Slater first round, and they may go another LSU receiver and former teammate of Burrow and Terrence Marshall Jr. in the second round. Good option, Keith. I like that. That's funny, Dave. Hey, Huber. I remember going to Bengals games when I was a lot younger, like middle school. I was a pretty young kid, and just hearing Huber, like the people all around us. It was when Bengals games were packed. Bengals were making playoffs and all that good stuff. Who Dey. But I remember them just yelling Huber because if you don't know, he's a Cincinnati guy. He went to UC, so he's in Ohio. He's really a Cincinnati guy. So he's a big fan favorite in town. It's good to see him return. But yeah, that was a lot of fun growing up. We need some edge rushers to get in the pass rush going. Yeah, and that's another assumption that I think that's going to be a mid-round pick. Is going to be a pass rusher. I think that's also something you could see between rounds 2 and 6. It's going to be someone coming off the edge, or maybe even interior. It's kind of I think the rush is maybe a little bit more valuable this season because we get DJ Reader coming back off injury. We might get Mike Daniels back. I kind of hope we do. So yeah, I could definitely see somebody coming off the rush and helping out Hubbard's side. And let's hope Sam Hubbard has a back, kind of a bounce back season. Injuries have kind of brought him back a little bit. In some games, I'm going to be honest, he just didn't look like he was as sharp as he usually is. So let's hope he has a good season because I'm pretty sure his contract's coming up in the next season or two. So we really need to see, he's an Ohio guy. I want to see him succeed, but if we don't see some more oomph coming out of him soon, we might be looking for the new future edge rusher. And yes, I know it's been tough with the interior defense not being great, not helping the edge rushers, but now that we're getting a much more improved interior, there's no excuses. We got Larry Unjanobi, DJ Reader back. We got all the guys up the gut now. There's a little bit less of excuses for those rushers outside. Tate needs a chance. Oh, yeah. Alden Tate, he's going to get a chance this year for sure. As long as he stays healthy, I hope you guys remember late in the season, he's coming off a shoulder surgery. So if he's ready week 1, he will definitely get a chance, which hopefully he is. I'm pretty sure that's why he didn't wait until the season was over, but a few games before, because he can be ready by week 1. So let's hope he comes off healthy off that surgery, and Alden Tate will definitely get a good chance this season. Landon Beckman said, so what is it about Nick Easton? Is he visiting? Yes, he is visiting Cincinnati and the Houston Texans this very week, which means, once a guy goes to visit in town, as long as he gets a Jeff Ruby steak, a Jeff Ruby cigar, and gets to sit with Joe Burrow, he's signing that damn paper, man. So let's hope they're going to a Jeff Ruby date, get some good steak. You get some good, get some good steak, get a good Jeff Ruby cigar, and get to talk to the man, the myth, legend, Joe Burrow. That's hashtag the Joe Burrow effect, baby. Joe Burrow bringing in these free agents in Cincinnati. And I can't even flex, got the Joe Burrow shirt. Oh, one of my lights just. Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh, flex stinks. Whatever. But yeah, that Joe Burrow effect, man. Darius Phillips, what about him? What's up, Luke? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Is there a free agency kicker? Yeah, there's definitely some kickers out there. I just think the Bengals' best choice here is try to get the next guy for the next decade, and that's to either get somebody in the 7th round or UDFA, post-draft, after that first hour of the draft, sign a kicker, which that's something we could talk about in the draft stream. But I want somebody young. I want somebody for the next 10 years will be the same kicker in Cincinnati. That's who I'm looking for, I want the next. I feel like every team, majority of teams, they have to sign a guy who was at a team and then had a bad streak and then went to another team, revived his career, then had a bad streak and went to that team. I feel like everyone has these rentals for kickers, and it'd just be nice to have that one guy you can get out of a draft and hope that he's there for at least 5 years. That's exactly what I want. That's cool, little Josh.
Huber will easily have a 20-year career. I don't know about that one. I mean, I can't argue it too much because he's coming off his best season, but I don't know. How old is he? Kevin Huber is 35, so I mean, yeah, it's possible. I guess it's possible. 5 more years. Do you think we should take Pitts, Sewell, or Chase? I think if the draft was today with no more offensive line accusations, I say you got to go on the offensive line. You got to take Sewell or the other offensive lineman. If we addressed the offensive line and signed 2 of the 3 guys, Trey Turner, Nick Easton, and or bring back Quentin Spain, I say then you go Kyle Pitts. Let me know who you would pick. Darisaw is the player to be scared of as far as being a bust. He lets up on his blocks, so he'll never live up to being a first-round pick. Is that why you're saying 2nd or 3rd round, Keith? If so, that makes sense. Less risk, you know what I mean? High reward. Low risk, high reward type of thing. I want Baron Browning in the 3rd, says Madden King. Drake says, Keith, I agree, but I think he's the biggest boomer bust guy. It seems like a common thing. Marcus Hunt played pretty decent off the edge last year. Wasn't Marcus Hunt a defensive tackle? He was like 6'8". Let me know if he played off the edge, but I could have swore he only played defensive tackle and he was like the 6'8", 6'9" defensive tackle. I think preferably I'd rather bring back Mike Daniels if he could bring back one of the defensive tackles back. But, if it was one or the other, it'd be nice. They're going to be defensive tackle, 3, 4, or 5 anyway. So, once again, just a depth guy. If they don't plan on signing anybody back for a veteran minimal, then probably look for him to draft that late. How do you feel about Nick Easton as a player? Yeah, Mad Dog, I got you. So I kind of went over everything in the first 15, 20 minutes in the stream, but I can go over it, refresh a little bit. He's not the best. Out of the 3 guys I want, he's last place. And that's Trey Turner, number 1, a re-signed Quentin Spain, and then Nick Easton, number 3. And I probably would pick Larry Warford over him as well, but I haven't seen reports of Larry Warford and Cincinnati connections. The thing about Nick Easton, I think he's 28 years old, 6'3", 300 pounds. He went to Harvard University, baby, so he is high IQ, a smart guy, decent physicality. The past 2 seasons, he struggled with injuries, so that's the kind of big thing you got to look on. But he's a guy who can play, who's played left guard, center, and right guard. He started those all 3 positions in the past 4 years, so that's a big up. Even if we bring him in and he, has to ride the bench, let's say somebody works out over him or we draft somebody over him, that's okay. You still have a guy that can play left guard, center, or right guard, 3 of the 5 offensive line positions that can step off right off the bench if someone goes down. So that is a huge factor for me. Another thing I like is that he'll be pretty cheap. Even if it's a 1-year deal, a 1-year prove-it deal, or 2 or 3-year deal, it's going to be cheap. The Saints only released him because his cap casualty and probably a little bit of factor of his injuries, but they overpaid him. That's not his fault. It's not his fault you overpaid a guy. Last season, he allowed 2 sacks. Obviously, that wasn't through 16 games. I believe it was around 10 games. Not the best, obviously, but he is said to be a better rush blocker than a pass blocker, which is good. That means Joe Mixon's looking at this like, eat it up, baby. Bring me in some more guys that can help rush block. I think this is probably going to benefit Joe Mixon a little bit more than Joe Burrow, but it's still going to benefit Joe Burrow because we don't have a single right guard on the roster right now in Cincinnati. So those are like my solid afterthoughts. Not our best option, but it's better than most things we have out there. Or going into the draft with 0 right guards. So I like him a lot. The reason why I'm doing this is because he is visiting this week, so I think there's a good chance he does get signed this week. And I will stay on top of all the news. But yeah, he's not a superstar, but he's not bad. He's just good. He's just a guy that you can throw in many positions, and he's going to be the reliable along that he stays healthy. Yeah, I like a guy out of Harvard, a guy that might have more smarts than more physicality, more mentality than physicality, which not many players can say that in the National Football League. That's kind of a guy like Fitzpatrick, who's also out of Harvard. A lot of people say that about Justin Herbert, with his 4.0 plus GPA, biology major, whatever they said about him. He's a really smart kid. So is Nick Easton. The other thing I like is that, he's been on New Orleans, he's been in Minnesota. He played against really good talent in both of those divisions. I would assume that he has probably some playoff. Well, I don't know if he was hurt it depends if he was hurt early in the season or late in the season, but I would assume out of those 4 teams, I think all 4 of those years, all those teams made the playoffs in Minnesota and New Orleans. So I would think that he would have some playoff experience. There's not much not to like, but you gotta also be realistic, and you also gotta be realistic and not think this guy's not gonna come in and be a superstar. He's gonna be what he can be. He's gonna step up and hopefully just be reliable a little bit. That's what we're looking at. I hope that cleared up a little bit of my thoughts about Nick Easton, Mad Dog. If not, just watch the stream from the very beginning. The first 30 minutes of the stream is all stats and facts about Nick Easton. Texans are going to have 300 players on the roster for tryouts. Hey, man, they're trying to get anybody they can. A lot going on in Houston, and it's going to be a tough season. I have hopes for Darius Phillips. He actually made a PFF team of Team of the Week last year. Yeah, I mean, Darius Phillips, for me, I just see a lot of inconsistency in his play. But, he has some upside, and he won't be playing as much this year, which is a good thing for the Bengals. Not trying to, talk bad about him, but it's good because we get Trey Waynes back. We brought in Mike Hilton, a lot of guys, and it's gonna help us. It's gonna help. It's a good thing that when he comes in, he's not gonna be guarding cornerback or receiver number 2, receiver number 3. When he comes in, he's gonna be, not guarding, not the starting guy. Is what I'm trying to say. Talent that fits him more, if that makes sense, without trying to talk bad about Darius Phillips. But yes, there was some moments where I saw some, a big light when I was doing the live play-by-plays last season. There were some moments I saw and I was like, damn, man, this guy has a lot of upside. He can just put pieces together. I like them a lot. Draft destroying. Yeah, I've seen a lot about that this season. I think a YouTuber that has over like 1 million subs, a really talented kicker who was known for trick shots years ago, and now he's actually being considered being drafted, which, good for him. Thoughts on Baron Browning? Isn't that the linebacker at Ohio State? He's a beast, right? But where are they predicting him to go in the draft? I'm assuming pretty high. But let me know if I'm wrong. Sorry if anyone asked it, but what's the update on Trey Turner? Good question, Ethan. The update is that there's really not one. No one really knows what's going on. There's been no reports that I've seen that I don't think it. There's really nothing going on about Trey Turner. We really don't know. Nothing with Cincinnati, at least. So we're just kind of sitting ducks, waiting to see him and his team to make the move, seeing if him and his agent are going to do something. But just waiting on Trey Turner. Good question. Bengals have talked to Florida Gator Evan McPherson, sorry, for what it's worth, 7th rounder or CFA. Can't wait. Draft start at number 5th pick. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best thing to have back-to-back top 5 picks, but at least it makes for an interesting offseason. Hubbard a run stuffer. Yeah, I agree with that, but our run stop was one of the worst in the league last year. So obviously I know injuries, but still. Nay, in the first, and Rondo Moore in the second, says Jacob. I like Baron Browning, but I think our linebacker core is set. I think our linebacker core is pretty set for the future. It just is going to take time for all our guys to develop. I mean, we got first, we got guys drafted in the last draft. We got guys drafted in the draft before that. Jordan Evans. We got young dogs. We got to give them time to develop. You know what I mean? But I do like our future. I think Logan Wilson. Oh man, I talk so good about Logan Wilson going into the season. I said it's the freaking steal of the draft. The big reason why he went late is because of injuries. Yada yada yada. And for the most part, he played pretty well last season. Got a couple picks, a lot of tackles, maybe a few TFLs if I can recall. I'm really excited to see what he's gonna do this season. I feel like he's gonna be able to open up a little bit more this season, with a little bit more confidence. I think our whole defense is gonna play with a little bit more confidence than they did last season, or at least I would hope they would. So I'd like to see him really see what he can do. Akeem Davis Gathers, another guy who you just saw a glimpse of him getting the backfield. It's like, damn man, we get a good defensive line. You can send him up the A gap, the B gap, or whatever. There's gonna be times where he's gonna have a couple sacks this season. When I do my predictions, when the season's about to approach, post draft and everything, and I do my prediction video, which was one of my biggest ones on the channel. I'm gonna have Akeem Davis Gathers. I'm gonna predict that he gets a couple sacks this season. So. I don't think we should be drafting linebacker high in this draft. Maybe mid to late. If anything, coming into this offseason, I said the Bengals should have signed a veteran linebacker to help come in and bring some experience. Obviously, they didn't, but I don't think there was many options anyway of veteran linebackers. Have you heard of destroying? I have. Drake says, I like the cornerback out of South Carolina, the 4th. Hunter Long, the tight end out of Boston College in the 5th. So that would be if we don't get Kyle Pitts in the 1st. Hope we sign Nick Easton, says old Josh. That makes 2 of us. Easton's good for depth, not someone we really want to rely on to start this season. Yeah, and I've said that, Hippie. I said, if he has to start, it's better than Michael Jordan and a lot of the other current options we have, Billy Price. But it's a guy that can come in here, and like I said, it can be really good depth, or someone, if we have to start, we will. But once again, it's good to have someone that's started left guard, right guard, and center in their career. Someone said I agree. I would rather get Turner and draft a player in the 2nd and 1st. I told you guys my top 3 options. Trey Turner's on the top. That's why I did a stream on him 2 days ago. He's still my number 1. I'm just making this stream because Nick Easton is confirmed that he's coming to Cincinnati this week. Yo guys, we've been live for over an hour here. If you guys haven't already, smash that like button for me. And consider joining the Dees TV family. And follow me on my socials. If you follow me on Twitter right now, and then at me with whatever, just say what's up or who day or whatever, I'll give you a shout out on the stream. But really would appreciate it, folks. Who Day Nation. How we doing today? Is anybody, I'm assuming there's some people who live in Cincinnati. Man, what a beautiful day it was in Cincinnati today. I was in my car, I go to Xavier University, and I was on campus today. It was like 60s. I mean, my car said 72. Obviously, it sat outside all day, but it was a beautiful day in Cincinnati today. I posted a picture of Paul Brown Stadium on Twitter and Facebook earlier. It was just a beautiful day in Cincinnati today. It was really beautiful, so. Sorry, that was kind of off topic, but I just couldn't ignore the weather. The weather was awesome today in Cincinnati. So if any other tri-state people in here, it was awesome. It was obviously the best weather we've had all year so far. Mikey Big Poppy says, I bet Hubbard gets over 8 sacks this season. Boy, I wish. Hopefully a couple tackle for losses, because that's what we need from him. We need him to wrap up the quarterback. They should give Darius a chance if he balls out in training camp. I'm sure he will. I mean, just because these new guys are coming in, Shadobi, Awuzie, Hilton, and all these guys, he's still going to get a shot. He definitely will. And he'll get playing time, too. He just won't see the field as much as he did last year. But in my eyes, I think that's a good thing. I think he played too much last season because Trey Waynes was injured. I think a lot of people forgot Trey Waynes got signed to come be our cornerback number 1. Guy got paid over $40 million guaranteed, and he got hurt before the season even started, missed the whole season. Well, he's back, and because of that, he's going to see the field less, aka, well, I'm talking about Darius Phillips, but that's a good thing for him. He had to play up. He had to guard guys that he probably shouldn't be guarding. He shouldn't be guarding the receiver 2, the receiver 1, and he was put in that spot. And, he fought well. The kid has heart. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying it's a good thing he won't have to guard some of the guys he was guarding last season. Yeah, he should definitely get a shot. I saw some glimpses, man. He looked good. Who dey, Lil Josh? Browning, second or early third round predictions. I like him, man. It's always great to bring in Ohio State guys, unless his name's Billy Price. But I'm just giving him a hard time. But hey, maybe that could be one of my stream ideas. Billy Price bounce back with the help of the new offensive line coach. Say what? But yeah, I don't think the Bengals would draft linebacker second or third. All good, Shaw. Ethan said, I don't know what it is about Trey Turner, but I want him in Cincy so bad. Hey, man, if you saw my stream 2 days ago, I was giving out option over option over option over option. Or let me rephrase it. I was giving out detail over detail over detail about Trey Turner, and I just kept falling more and more in love. I think that's my problem with doing these streams that I bring you guys on players I think the Bengals should sign. I just fall in love with these guys. Like, I really want to see them in Cincinnati. Like, I really wanted to see Josh Reynolds in Cincinnati a lot more than most Bengals fans. Obviously, he gets signed somewhere else, but I felt like it would have been a great fit. I think Trey Turner's a great fit, and we'll see where he ends up going. I feel like that's a problem when I do this. I just get so attached to these guys. But I guess it's a good thing. Oh, whoa. Sorry, Buzz. I didn't mean to do that to your member thing. The Rabbit, I am not going to give my record predictions this season because it's way too early, and I don't want someone to clip me saying something crazy, and then I don't even come close to what it is. I can't make that prediction yet. I think it will be better than what we had this season. I will answer it like that. Yo, what's good, Roach? Shout out to Roach in the chat. Long time OG DCTV subscriber, man. Good seeing you in here. And Who Dey, baby. That's funny, Shaw. I'll trade you Florida and Cincinnati locations all day. When it comes to weather. All right, Lil Josh. Who Dey, man. Have a great rest of your day. What's up, John? Explode says, I like my Saints. I do like my Saints going to the Bengals. Hey, man, the Saints produce a lot of good players, man. And, I don't mind taking some of them from you, And what's up with Saints and taking Vikings players over the past 5 years? I mean, this is one of them. You guys just love snatching up Vikings free agents. What's up with that? And then you guys love getting beat by them in the postseason. Hey, no hate, man. It's all love over here. Hey, Ethan says I'm actually a Bengals fan from London, England. Can we get a little shout out to Ethan in the chat? Hey, Who Dey, Ethan, man, that's awesome. I think that's one thing I miss about my game day streams because I'd get so many more people in the streams, and I would before every game I'd be like, "Yo, where's everybody from? If you're a Bengals fan or not?" And there was just people from all across the world. It was awesome to see. So, out doing this stream, where's everybody from? We got over 40 people in here live. I'm sorry if you're watching this post-production, but if you're in here live, man, where are you from? You from the Cincinnati area? You from the United States? Where are you from? Shout out to Ethan, man. Who Dey? Keith said, I wouldn't mind taking a chance on Trey McKitty tight end from Georgia around the 6th. They say there's some hidden talent in him. That would be a safety net if CJ Uzomah don't recover from the injury. Okay. That'd obviously be if we don't get Pitts, I would assume. How do you Big Poppy 123 says, how good do you think Trey Wayne is? I think he's gonna be our cornerback one. I think he's really great, to be honest. Obviously it sucks he's coming off a whole season-ending injury. Didn't even get to get his season started. But I think he's gonna be our cornerback one. And I think he's gonna be our best corner we've seen in a long time in Cincinnati. You know, we've had some great corners, but usually, at least when he was in Minnesota, he was very consistent. That's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, because William Jackson, not consistent. A lot of these other guys, not consistent. It's okay. I mean, you're going to have your downs and ups, but cornerback, you know, CB1s have to be consistent. That's what makes them cornerback ones and makes them so great. So I'm really excited to see Trey Waynes, man. And I hope you guys are too. You know, go watch some Trey Waynes highlights back of him in Minnesota, man. He's awesome. Josh Myers should be in consideration. All right, all right. Drake says I'm so bummed about Josh Reynolds. Hey, mans, it happens. It's free agency. Ethan said, cheers, guys. Bengals fans have always been open to supporting to me across the pond. Luckily, managed to see them twice when they played in London. Hey, that's one thing. And, you know, hopefully the COVID restrictions, you know, lay off again. And hopefully they can play overseas again, you know, play that game in Mexico and play in London. And I think the NFL, quite frankly, is going to keep expanding to all these different countries now that there's going to be an extra week. I think there's going to be even more. I think they're doing that, and part of adding more countries they're going to add to, obviously, once the COVID regulations are up. But yeah, I think you'll get more games across the world with another week being added to the season, which is great. You know, the National Football League will be, you know, it'll be awesome to open up more than just America. So yeah, that's huge. Rocket News says, I think we should get a tight end in the second. Look up Pat Kramer myth. I know I'm butchering that. I apologize. That guy is a monster. I couldn't say he's better than Pitts, but he's close. Hey, man. He's close than Pitts, then he's pretty good. 6'5", 260, only 22 years of age, coming out of Penn State. You know, Penn State's a good college for some tight ends. Definitely look into some of his highlights, but yeah, I mean, obviously that would be if we don't draft Pitts, and we'd probably go offense line with that first pick. I don't know, because if we don't pick Pitts, but we pick Chase or another skilled player, we would have to go offense line the second round. So we'll have to see. Like, if they draft a position player in the first round, they gotta draft an offense lineman in the second. I know Sammy Watkins isn't that good, but I really want to see him in stripes. I think Sammy Watkins is just a lot more bigger of a name than Reynolds. You know, he's accomplished a lot. What is it, 2 or 3 Super Bowls so far? Obviously, he's dealt with some injuries in the past few seasons, which are held him back. But he's a very exciting player. He's quick. He can go up and moss guys. He can get into the end zone. You know, I definitely like Sammy Watkins, and I'll keep you guys updated if anything changes with him possibly meeting with Cincinnati. I'll just be so surprised if he goes to Baltimore and walks out without a contract. The Baltimore Ravens are in so much of a dire need to get some receivers. If they let Sammy Watkins walk in and walk out that door, there has to be something wrong in that facility with the receiver position. Appreciate it. John says, I love this. Keep the good work. Appreciate it. Mike says we're going 9-7. We'll see. If we do go Pitts in the first, I'd love Drake Johnson at the center out of Kentucky in the 5th instead of a long. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Kentucky football, though, man. I don't know about that. I'm just kidding. The Natty, Jackson, right outside of Athens, Ohio. Forest Park. Nice. It's a small fan base, but many countries love the NFL. I know Sweden has American football teams, just fun stuff. Logan, Ohio, shout out from Cincy. If the NFL continues the 14-team playoff, we don't get hit with the injury bug, then we may slide into the playoffs. Hey, man, tells you how good our division is. Sorry for the shake, but tells you how talented our division is. 3 of the 4 teams made the playoffs. That tells you something. It could be the same thing next year. It could be the same 3 teams, or it could be a different 3 teams. We'll have to see. But 3 out of the 4 teams making the playoffs in their division. I like that playoff format, baby. Mike Big Poppy said, I'm going to miss Mackenzie Alexander. Me too, just mainly for the fact that the reason we brought him in was so he could pair up with Trey Waynes. We signed them both from the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. We signed them both from Minnesota is so they could come in and play together because they've already played together for 3+ years. And he came here and didn't even get to play with Trey Waynes. So it stinks. And, you know, maybe if no teams have interest, maybe we bring him back in for another 1-year deal. I know we got Mike Hilton to cover the slot, but 2 slots wouldn't hurt nothing. I mean, slot is so valuable in today's NFL because how pass-worthy these teams are. And instead of linebackers coveraging, you add extra corner in there to kind of be linebacker but corner. You know, it's a complicated thing in the NFL nowadays. But if we could bring Alexander back on another 1-year deal that's cheap, hey, man, I know it's unlikely because we brought in Mike Hilton. But I haven't seen any other teams have interest in Mackenzie Alexander, and I haven't seen the Bengals say anything about Alexander. If it comes on to the end of free agency and no one's offered Alexander, why wouldn't the Bengals bring him back? He played a hell of a season. You know, with what the Bengals were given, which was bad apples, he made the most of it. He made pretty decent applesauce. And when I watched him, he looked like he was having fun, man. When that Pittsburgh game when we won, he was playing his heart out. He showed that he didn't like the Steelers, and he was over there. I remember when he hugged Zach Taylor mid-game. Like, Alexander, man, he had a burst of energy that I think I just enjoyed a lot. And I'm just sad that he didn't get to play with Trey Waynes. That's kind of a big reason why we brought them both over at the same time. But we'll see. You know, if he goes somewhere else, then, you know, hopefully hopefully he succeeds somewhere. The only thing I've seen from Mackenzie Alexander is that he might return back to Minnesota, but that was before they signed Patrick Peterson. So I don't know. We talked about the new jerseys. Well, I mean, there's not much besides the leaked eBay jerseys that supposedly might be the actual real jerseys that got leaked. But besides that, it could be any day. There's no release day. We'll probably hit 2K subs before they release at this point. We're at 1970. We've had like over, I don't know, probably 50 subs in the past 2-3 days. So remember, 2,000 subs, free jersey giveaway, the new jerseys, whenever they release. But yeah, supposedly those jerseys were the leaked one. You know, supposedly those were the real ones that got leaked. Bengals still haven't said anything about it, so we're just waiting. Access from Cincy, but in South Florida now. Cool. It's funny. That's funny, Rocket. Drake said Drake Johnson's the main piece of the big blue wall, which is the nickname of the UKO line. I respect it, Drake. He said talking about Kentucky, they do have a good linebacker in the draft named Jamin Davis. Kentucky in football has one of the best lines in the SEC. Respectable. I'd have to say Hilton is my favorite signing so far. Yeah, Hilton was a good one. The fact that we could bring somebody over from Pittsburgh that agrees to play Pittsburgh at least 2 times, possibly 3 times a year next season. You can't convince many players to do that, and vice versa from Bengals to Pittsburgh. I mean, that's just a rivalry. You don't see many players hop on between, but you know, we signed him, and then we signed Larry Ogunjobi from the Browns. So we signed 2 players from 2 division teams. So we'll have to see how they do. But Hilton's a good one. Kentucky also has a good corner, Kelvin Joseph. He is great in man, and his hands are great, and a good tackler. Hey, man, I'll tell you, one of my favorite position, like, specific players are tall corners that have some speed and can play man-to-man. That's why, not last season, really not the season before, like 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, those 3 seasons. So 2 years ago, those 3 seasons, that's 2 years. Okay, you get the point. So I think 2015/2016, 2015 to 2018, one of my favorite players in the league on the defensive side was Xavier Rhodes. 6'2", 6'3", speedy, quick, best man-to-man corner in the NFL at that time, in my opinion. Obviously, he had a huge drop-off in Minnesota, and then played for the Colts last season, kind of bounced back. I actually did a video on him, one of my first videos on the channel about 10 months ago, about what happened to Xavier. That's like my only video that's not Bengals related, was what happened to Xavier Rhodes. Go back, I actually had some good information in it if you're interested in that. But I mean, he was top 5 corner in the NFL, and probably the best man-to-man corner at that time. He was big body, fast, physical. A big physical, fast man-to-man corner is just one of my favorite position-specific players like you can get in the NFL for me. That just is like that for me. So entertaining to watch. I love those guys. In my opinion, outside of quarterback, corner is the hardest position I think in the game, and I think to be able to do it man-to-man, to have your man-to-man better than zone, is super impressive. So that's kind of off topic, but if you know what gets me excited, that's one of the things that does. And that's why I'm super excited about Trey Waynes. I know he's not really that prototype, but to have a beastly corner, just so fun to watch. Joseph was a very few corner to shut down Alabama receivers. Oh, you're talking about Kentucky. I thought you were talking about what was that one corner? I think he played in Houston. His last name was Joseph. Carl Joseph, maybe? I don't know, but he was a really good man-to-man corner too. Let's get back to some of the comments. Jamar Boogie Watson is another good linebacker from UK. Could go in the 7th. C Griner says, "Heck yeah, man! I'm one of the new subs as of yesterday. Hooday! Shout out to C Griner. Get some C Griner hype. Thank you for joining the DCT fam, man. And Hooday. Is Nick Easton good? If you want a specific explanation of Nick Easton, go to the first 15-20 minutes of the stream. I go over facts and everything. He is good as in what the Bengals could have next season. He is not my number 1 nor my number 2 option, but he is a valuable option to help be an A+ backup, or a C, B- starter for the Cincinnati Bengals. He has experience left guard, right guard, and center, and would be on a cheap deal. So it's a good, valuable option for a year or two to help bring in other guys in the offensive line and other guys improve. And he's 28 years old. There's a lot of good reasons. Specific, if you want actual facts and stuff, go back to the first 15 minutes of the stream. But yes, Nick Easton is a valuable option for the Cincinnati Bengals in 2021 as of right now, unless we don't get Trey Turner. But I also want Quentin Spain. I'll probably do a stream on Quentin Spain. I'm just so devastated. There's no news on Quentin Spain. I don't get it. I really don't. He was so passionate last season in Cincinnati. I mean, he just put that offensive line really on his shoulders, and I'm kind of upset that we haven't heard much about him. So oh, and an update on I guess the only update we have in the Trey Turner situation is Tyler Dragon 5 hours ago says the Bengals have not yet reached out to free agent guard Trey Turner, per a source close to the situation. And he just said guard is a position need for the Bengals, and he is one of the top guards free agent remaining in free agency, and I'd say he is the top. But then Malik Wright with Wright Reports says, I've heard something completely different, and my sources have been spot on all free agency. So I know these guys have been beefing a little bit. I don't really know what's going on. I mean, you're reporting for the same damn team. Can we all just get along here? Damn it. Excuse my language, but that's just so frustrating and immature. But nonetheless, so you got Tyler Dragon, who 10,000 followers, verified, Inquiry Sports Require, does a lot of Cincinnati news, and then Malik Wright with Wright Report, Right Way Sports Network, 4,000 followers, not verified. And he says his sources have been spot on, and he says they hear that the Bengals are or have reached out to Trey Turner. So I can't confirm what's going on. I mean, we got people beefing with each other just to talk Bengals reports. Hurts my head. What are we saying in chat? So that's why I can update you on Trey Turner. Joseph was okay. So you said Joseph was one of the very few cornerbacks to shut down Alabama receivers. Remember when James Harrison came here for 1 year, then went right back to Pitt? They just had him spy on us, and we fell for it. But I keep an eye out for former Steelers players. Nah, man, Mike Hilton looks like he's happy to be in Cincinnati. I'm not gonna lie. But yes, I do remember that. I think you like Israel Mokoma. Hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm butchering it. He's 6'4", fast, seems physical, also has a good speed. Look him up. Something right down my alley. I'm not gonna lie with you, DCT family and Houday Nation. That is right down my alley. 6'4", 205, only 21 years old. Yo, sign me up. South Carolina? Where's this guy projected? Where can we land this guy? Mid round, late round? They rate him 3 stars. Zone, sub heavy, scheme fit. Situationally playing the slot. Where are they ranking this guy? Sign me up, though. I love them big physical corners. Exactly. If Joseph falls in a second, we should draft me possibly like Marshall round 2. Terrence Marshall. Once again, it just depends what we do in the first round. Like 6'3", 201 receiver for the LSU Tigers. Yeah. This is he's behind Jamar Chase, right? Yeah, I mean, if we go protection in the first round and then looking for a receiver in the second, then yeah, I'd have to look up some more stats on him. But Jonathan Joseph, yes. Jonathan Joseph, that's the corner I was talking about. Would you like to have Sammy? I think Sammy Watkins is about a vital. Like, I think he could be a pretty decent option. I just think he might be asking a little bit more than what the Bengals want to give up. And I also think he's meeting with the Baltimore Ravens this week, and I just don't think he'll be walking out of Baltimore without a contract, quite frankly. Let's see. Kyle Pitts is a versatile weapon. 100% agree with you on that one. I think Robinson because we don't have a good deep threat. Zach perhaps has personal issues with Spain. He's hot-headed, so to speak, in the locker room. I mean, could be, but I mean, if he's got personal problems with it, he needs to get over it because he was a big part of the reason why offense line actually produced last season when they did was because we brought this guy in who got released from his team because he had problems with that locker room. And he came in and he played pretty damn well. And matter of fact, most games that he came in, he looked like he was the leader of that offense line over Jonah Williams or whoever was on there. He looked like he pushed that team forward. Anytime I'd see that middle of the line, very few times of the year, get a push up front, it was his way. So, I don't know. Zach is hot-headed in the locker room. I would doubt that. Zach, almost sometimes, like if you guys were here last season during my play-by-plays, how mad did I get that Zach Taylor would never show emotion? I mean, that guy could just get a BS call against him, and he just sits at the refs like, oh, okay. Like, he doesn't, like, I never seen a coach that just is so, well, yeah, I have the old Cowboys coach, but, I got frustrated in a lot of these live play-by-plays last season because there were so many times where the Bengals, got screwed or however you want to say it, and he just was so emotionless. Now, there was a couple times, he got into it, which is, what I like to see as a coach, back up for, stand toe-to-toe for your players, man. But there was just a few times, man, I'm like, how does that not get you angry? Like, how does that not get you fired up? I didn't get some of his, emotional expressions last season, but that's okay. Everyone deals emotionally with situationally, emotionally, if that makes sense. Everyone deals with different situations with different emotions. There we go. There's a good way to word it. So I can't be too mad about it. Mid-round pick, Drake. I mean, that's where the Bengals would probably be drafting if they drafted corner. So I'm a new fan and love to see what you're producing. Hey, appreciate that, Justin. You're a new fan. Welcome to Houday Nation and welcome to DCTV. Hopefully you join the family. And if you did already, join the Discord. Link in the description. Over 100+ people in there. All Houday Nation, all DC family. All we do is talk Bengals football. So if you want to stay up to date on all football news, Drake, LT, a couple other mods, and myself post a lot of like breaking news and just sources and stuff in there. So if you want to stay up to date, that's another good chat. And it's a free app called Discord. Guys, we've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. If you guys haven't already, smash that like button. If you want to see Nick Easton on the Bengals, if you want to see Larry Warford or Trey Turner or some more protection for Joe Burrow, smash that like button for me. If you guys haven't already, follow me on my socials. I'd appreciate it. I think I'm like a follower away from 400 followers on Twitter. So, if you want to do that too, that'd be appreciated. Yeah, if you guys didn't see Kyle Pitts run a 4.46 earlier today, that was just insane. Yeah, I'm at 398 followers on Twitter. Let's go. And hey, one of those, Jeff Ruby. No flex. The Jeff Ruby who recruited all these Bengals players. The Steakhouse legend. Follow me on Twitter. Pretty pumped about it. Rob Gronkowski, or Rob... I butchered that. So Rob Gronkowski. What do you think we should draft each round? It depends what we do the rest of free agency. If we don't make any more moves, then offensive line in the first. If we secure the offensive line, then Kyle Pitts in the first. From what we know, how likely is Easton to sign with us? As of right now, I don't know why. It would probably be a 50-50 between us and Houston because those are the two teams he's meeting with this week. I'd say whoever he meets with first, probably a 75-25. If he meets with Cincinnati first, I'd give him 75. And if he meets with Houston first, I'd give him 75 as well. But, you know, do you want to block for Joe Burrow and a competing Bengals team, or do you want to go block for either Ryan Finley or Tyrod Taylor in a team that's just been a dumpster fire organization this past year or two? So right now I'd say I would still even give it 60-40 Bengals to Texans because it just makes sense. That's the better organization, the better team. But I'd say it could flip depending on who he meets with first. J.C. Horns, quarterback from South Carolina, predictions 13-20 in the first round. Well, we won't get him, but sounds like a good player. Sounds like a good player. What do you think about trading down and signing Rashawn Slater? I think it's pretty likely if we don't shore up our offensive line and we get a pick 5 and Panay is already drafted. I think it definitely could happen because as of right now, if the draft happened today with no more moves, I would say to draft offensive line. So it could be likely. I just don't know if the Bengals would draft back. I feel like the Bengals would just draft him there, which, might be dumb, but when's the last time you seen the Bengals trade in the draft? He said, I heard Lou had some heated moments in the locker room, but not Zach. Yeah, that's what I've heard too, Keith. And hashtag fire Lou. I am on that until otherwise proven elsewise. But from what I've seen, hashtag fire Lou. Brandon said, "Who is Nick Easton?" Sorry, I don't know. Well, if you want a very detailed explanation, go to the first 5 to 15 minutes of the stream. I go over facts, background, story, stats, in details. Go to there. But if you want just quick rundown, he's a valuable option to add to the offensive line, either a grade A backup or someone who can come in and start a couple games at either left guard, right guard, or center and give a little bit of production, help in the rushing game more than the passing game. Apply a few penalties, but a guy who went to Harvard is up here. Very, very mentally smart, high football IQ, and decently sized as well. someone who's also 28 years old and has some experience behind him. So there's a quick rundown, though. Drake is doing a great job here. Yeah, let's get a shout out to Drake Berry, man. Probably my biggest OG on the channel. He's been on the channel a couple times in the past. On when I was doing the the play-by-play, he came on a couple of times. He's a moderator on here and in the Discord. If you join the Discord, huge shout out to Drake. Yo, 400 followers on Twitter. Shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Tandy, Jonathan, Dennis, Glass City Reds, Elijah, Unknown Tweeter, Bleed Orange and Black, Joe Burrow 2021 MVP, Big Bengals fan BZR, Blast Force, Braden, and not the flex. The man himself, Jeff Ruby, who follows me as well. Shout out to all you guys. And I don't know if anybody's joined the Discord, but if you've joined the Discord, shout out to you as well. Appreciate you guys. Andrew, what's up, man? Good to see you back. Texans aren't going anywhere this season. They won't. Zach never showed any emotion until Joey B went down. Yo, Drake, you remember that stream? I know you were there. Anybody else? I'm pretty sure Shaw was. You remember that stream when I was live and Joe Burrow got hurt? And remember how ticked off I was at Zach Taylor? Can anybody recall that? Whew. If you guys got any free time the next week, go back to the live stream where Joe Burrow got hurt. You'll have my live reaction of it. I'm not mad at the Joe Burrow really situation, but how Zach Taylor reacts. If you want to see me heated, I mean, just a furious Cincinnati Bengals fan that sees it live, go back to that stream. It'll probably be an hour or 2 or 3 in. Go. It's like, because I was doing 4 to 5 hour streams. I was streaming an hour before the game and then the entire game. Go watch me. That's probably the hottest I've been on the mic ever about Zach Taylor. I was on him for the way he reacted to that injury. Oh, I mean, Drake, Shaw, any of you OGs, if you see me more mad than that particular moment, I don't know if I've been more mad than that. Let me know if you have. I don't know if anybody else was in here during that part of the stream, but man, I was hot. And for a good reason. That was pathetic coaching by Zach Taylor and a pathetic response. And I will say that, I will bring that to the grave with me, man. And I for the rest of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a little rundown. So I did these live play-by-plays during the stream where I react to the game, and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people are watching me because they can't watch the game or just want to hear somebody else talk because a lot of the reporters are. And so I'm watching the game live against Washington. Joe Burrow gets down, hurt for the season. You guys all know that nightmare. But basically what happened was once Joe Burrow went down, Zach Taylor went onto the sideline and started yelling and started trying to pump up all the team when the team was emotionless. And the reason why that pissed me off so much, excuse my language, is because not a single moment that entire season previous to Joe Burrow getting hurt was not a lick of emotion. Not a single let's get hyped or yell at the guys or pump them up. Not a single damn thing out of that guy's mouth that showed some emotion. And then as soon as Joe Burrow goes down, as soon as everyone knows his season's over, as soon as they see that his career, at the time was pending, could he ever come back from this? As soon as he saw that, he gathers all the guys on the sideline. Then he wants to yell. Then he wants to hype everybody up. And then he wants them to go play some football and he wants to show some emotion. The reason why I was so mad, it's because it took for their franchise quarterback to have a season-ending injury for him to get pumped up. That's what it took for Zach Taylor to show a lick of emotion. That is what it took. And that's why I was furious. That is why I was heated. That's what it took for that guy to get pumped up on his team. Pathetic. He can be an emotionless guy. He doesn't have to show a lot of emotion. But for you not to show that much emotion the whole season, and then you see your guy go down, and now you want to show some emotion? It's a little too late, buddy. And that's not good timing, by the way, because the entire team, for a good reason, was emotionless. Why? Because they just saw their quarterback go down, and they know their season's over. At that moment, they knew. And so now you want to pump him up? You want to get him ready? You want to get him excited? Like, man, that was just... You can disagree with me, which all you want on that reaction, which is totally fine. I will respect your comments. I will totally respect that as another Bengals fan to a Bengals fan. But I don't think I've ever been more heated in that situation. I mean, that just really grinded my gears, man. Some of you were there. It wasn't that he's trying to get the team fired up after an injury. I mean, I somewhat get that, but I'm so mad because he wasn't fired up the whole 7-8 games, whatever it was before that game. I didn't see him get fired up once, but it took for that moment for him to get fired up. Like, that was my point. It shouldn't have gone to the point where you see your franchise quarterback go down for you to show some emotion. You should have showed that emotion week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Not when your franchise quarterback goes down. And okay, we're not talking about that. We're not going to get back into that. But that, if you missed it, that's what it was. And if you want to see it, go back. It was the week against Washington football team. It was a nightmare because the Burrow injury, whatever. I get it if you don't want to relive it, but if you missed being live here on that play-by-play, that's basically how it was. And I wasn't mad at Joe Burrow, obviously. And I can't say I hate Zach Taylor because I don't. But in that moment, I was very furious in his decision-making. And I'm not even mad. I'm not blaming him that Joe Burrow got hurt. But just because of specific reasons I just said. Shaw said, "LO, you believe me on your first show. You jinxed the game by not banning guys trashing the Bengals." Yeah, there was a couple times. Dude, if you guys are new and you didn't previous to last season's play-by-play, please stick around for this season because I'm going to be doing it again. My play-by-play is the best out there, at least for Cincinnati sports. And it's easily the best. I mean, I show the most raw emotion, the most realistic reactions, and play-by-play, I am professional, the best. I'm going to college for it. Like, I'll put money on it. And if you disagree, hey, that's okay. I respect your decision. But look, man, if you want some entertaining play-by-play and just a place where you can talk with a lot of other Bengals fans, yo, come back this season for play-by-play because I'm definitely doing it again. Boy, was that a lot of fun. And we grew the channel a lot. For the people that are new here, my channel hasn't even been going for a single year yet. I started this channel in, I believe, June or July. I think June. I know we're coming up on a year this summer, so we're about to hit 2,000 subs in less than 12 months. I am unbelievably blessed by Houday Nation and the DCT family. You guys have been awesome and phenomenal. I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, I know the play-by-plays this season are going to be a lot of freaking fun. A lot of freaking fun. I mean, the streams were getting anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 views in total. I mean, it was just a big hit for a streamer that had 1,000 subs. I can't imagine when I have 2,000 to 3,000 subs and we're doing it again. Like, those streams are going to be huge. So I am super excited. So, yeah, if you guys are new, it's going to be fun. And for the people who aren't new and are still here, thank you as well. You guys, you guys are the reason I do this. Personal motive. Justin said, I think Zach is not a bad coach overall, though. Yeah, and that's not what I'm saying. You can't judge somebody off of one thing in life. Life is too long to judge somebody off of one moment. So I totally agree with you there. That he's not a bad coach, but there's things that tick me off about him. There's things I like about him, and this season will be his true test if he will be the future in Cincinnati. This season, with the whole team healthy, with 2 years under his belt of drafting, with picking free agents, with building his locker room, the new day, the Houday, this will be the real test this season with Zach Taylor. Is he the guy for the future? He's young. He is an offensive guru. Like, this will be a big season. I'm telling you right now. By the end of this season, I will let you guys know my personal thoughts on if I think he'll be the future coach in Cincinnati or not by the end of this season. I promise you 110%. So. Rockin' News, how old are you? I'm 19. If you don't know a little bit about me, I'm a freshman at Xavier University, downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. XU, baby. And I'm majoring in sports broadcasting and, well, it's digital innovation. It's called the DIF program. It's digital innovation, film, and television. And then I'm doing a double major in sports management as well, in hopes of getting into sports broadcasting. And a hint of why I created DCTV last year as a senior in high school. So there's a little bit of background information. If you got any other questions about me, please let me know. And if they are a little personal or you don't want to say them on live, that's why via my social medias, Twitter and Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me. Or a Discord's probably the best way. Sometimes I don't check the Discord though. A personal, like the DM messages of Discord. So, nonetheless, let's get back into the stream. I'm sorry, we kind of got off topic there. Yos, we're at over 46 likes. If we could smash that above 50. So hopefully Nick Easton sees this YouTube video. Let's smash that like button, guys. Let's get the 50 plus likes, and let's see if Nick Easton can see this YouTube video, just like Trey Turner saw our explosion of tweets. Yo, and we're at 1.97 subs, or 1.97K. Dude, I know we're probably gonna hit that the 2K subs before the jerseys release. So I think what's gonna happen, one more off-topic thing. I think what's gonna happen if we hit 2K subs before the new jerseys release, I'm just gonna keep going until the jerseys do release, and then the day the jerseys release, I will post something on YouTube and my other social medias. I'll have you guys like follow my Twitter, obviously take a screenshot that you're a subscriber, like a video, and then I'll enter you guys into a contest to enter a new free jersey giveaway. My only scare of the jersey giveaway is that possibly the jerseys sell out. That's the one you can pick, because the jersey that I'm gonna pick I'm gonna let the fan pick. Possibly, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let the fan who wins pick the jersey they want. So if you have a question about that, that's what's gonna be happening soon. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be probably within the next week or two. Anyways, let's get back into business. Drake said the play-by-plays definitely kept LT and I busy. Yeah, you guys were super busy. I appreciate it, John. Appreciate both Johns, Jon and John. If we draft one more lineman, we are passing on Penny and taking. You mean, I'm assuming pick up, free agency. If we pick up one more offensive lineman, I think we see, man. I don't know, because Nick Easton isn't the future. Nick Easton's just a rental, and probably the same with Riley Reef. He's only on a 1-year deal. So if we get one more, I still think we probably still draft with our first round or second round pick. If not first, then definitely second round pick with our an offensive lineman, no matter who it is. Especially if it's not Trey Turner. Trey Turner is the best out of all these guys we're looking at. If we bring him in, then possibly, maybe not draft an offensive lineman first or second. But if it's anybody else, I think I'm still down offensive lineman first or second round. Because Riley Reef's on a 1-year deal, and Nick Easton's not the future, only being at 28 years old. But Trey Turner, if he's on a multi-year deal, he definitely is solidified as a great starter in the NFL. So, hey, appreciate it, Andrew. David said, we make any moves today? Nope, we just have basically secured a visit with Nick Easton. That's what we're talking about. Nick Easton's going to be visiting the Texans and the Bengals this week. Didn't pick any specific days. I'm sure I'll have more information to you guys this week. Yeah, it's about it. Do you know where Walton is? Like Walton, Kentucky? If so, yes. Fun fact, did you know Coach Mike Zimmer for the Minnesota Vikings still lives in Walton, Kentucky? It's called the Zimmer Ranch. Guy still lives in Northern Kentucky. Can you stream the draft? Yes, John, I will be doing that. I will be doing a live draft reaction. That's actually somebody in the Discord, I can't remember, recommended me doing that all the way like last season, like one of the last games, like one of the last weeks, because it was dry and Burrow was hurt and Mixon's hurt and Yada's hurt and Tyler Boyd and everybody's heard all the star players and nobody was interested and they're just waiting to get to the draft. And like, can you draft or can you stream the draft? And I was talking about it then. And yeah, I'll probably definitely do a live reaction to the draft. So I probably definitely will do that. You live in Walton? All right. Nice, nice. Love Zimmer. Man, I love Zimmer, man. And that's why I always talk about the Vikings a lot, because I watch a lot of the Vikings because I love Zim. I mean, he's just a Cincinnati, he's a Cincinnati native product, man. I mean, all the way when he was the defensive coordinator for the Bengals, I just imagine how different it would be if Zimmer ended up being the Bengals coach, if he would have took over after Marvin. I mean, people hate on Zim a lot, but I think he's been to 5 playoff appearances, or at least 3 in Minnesota. I think he's been around 5. Obviously, they haven't won the Super Bowl, but they've been to the NFC Championship game. Lost, but I think Mike Zimmer is at least 4 playoff appearances, and probably over 8 to 10 playoff games in Minnesota. So he's had some success over there. Rob said, if we don't get a top weapon this year, or somehow we don't get a top weapon this year in the draft, hopefully we can get Chris Olave next year to stretch the field. Well, let's not say we don't get any weapons, because that would be not good drafting on our end. But I think that's all I gotta say to that. But let's hope we draft some good players. Yeah, Zimmer's definitely a solid coach. And I've definitely enjoyed him. He's obviously not the Bengals style anymore. If he ever returned to Cincinnati, it would definitely be defensive coordinator. Even if, let's say, 2 years from now or a year from now, Zach Taylor gets fired and there's a job opening, he's just regiment doesn't fit Cincinnati. Like he would have to be a head coach and then obviously have an offensive coordinator where he's not calling plays, but still. I mean, he would. I still think he'd be DC, and I don't think he would ever coach. I don't think he would ever step down and be a DC again. But maybe because he's always lived in Northern Kentucky, he's always lived in Cincinnati, so maybe so. But damn, he had some good defenses in Cincinnati. I mean, he built all those good defenses back in the day, all those gritty Bengals defenses. That was Mike Zim, baby. That was Mike Zim, and that's why over the years you've seen all these defensive Bengals players go to Minnesota. Terrence Newman, multiple guys. That's just one I can think off the top of my head. But why? Because they love Mike Zimmer. And Mike Zimmer was going to give him a shot in Minnesota. So that's the reason why I have a big connection with the Vikings, is because you see a lot. I mean, how many Bengals players over the years have gone to Minnesota? And how many Minnesota guys have gone to Cincinnati? Why do you think that? Because Zim said, hey, man, if you're leaving here, Cincinnati's a great town. Trey Waynes, Mackenzie Alexander. Those are 2 just from the last season we signed from Minnesota. So, shout out to Mike Zim, man. He's doing the damn thing. Zimmerman in Cincinnati. I know Zimmerman's a car dealership here in the tri-state. Remember when the Bengals beat the Steelers? We were all hyped. Man, I could not remember. Like, there's no way I could forget about that. That stream was crazy. That live play-by-play stream where Ryan Finley clutched it out. Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite streams last season. Boy, that stream was insane. The Pittsburgh and Bengals, that second round where we beat them and the Von Bell Juju hit. Does anyone have a clip of my reaction, my live reaction to the Juju hit with Von Bell? Oh my gosh, my live reaction was insane. I think I might actually have it on here. Let me see if I can pull it up on YouTube. I think I did a second video of it. Hold on, let me bring this up. Yo, why is the live sub count not uploading or not working? That's not right. It says 1990 or 1.99 on here. I don't know why it's not updating. That's frustrating. Anyways, keep it moving. Let me see if I can. Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals fan reacts live to Cincinnati Bengals. Hold on, let me see if I can bring this over here. Hashtag watch my ads. It helps me with a little bit of the revenue I do make off YouTube. Watch the ads fully. That helps. I don't want to move my camera. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait, is this not it? Oh, this isn't the this was just the reaction to. Hold on, let me see. I would have to go back and find the actual hit, which would probably take forever. Let me see if somebody commented it. Please, no, I don't think someone. I thought I did a short video of me just reacting to the hit, but that was just me reacting to the game after being live for 4 hours and 23 minutes. I don't know. Somebody let me know if you go to the stream and you can find where that hit was, a timestamp. I'll go back and watch it here live for you. I just don't want to have to go through that whole stream. But nonetheless, my live reaction to that hit was phenomenal. Phenomenal. That's a word. I think I'm saying it correctly. Yo, but how do you guys like the layout of the YouTube, of my YouTube? It looks better on computer than anything. You got Joe Mixon left side. You got Jesse Bates right side. I know you can't see it fully. And the 2 DCTV logos with my Twitter and Instagram. You guys liking that with Paul Brown Stadium in the back? And then obviously the DCTV. How you guys liking that? Shout out to Sad Cincy fan. He whipped that up for me. Go follow him on social media if you guys haven't already. I know we're getting extremely off topic here, but look, in this video, I see Andrew, John Lee, Ooga Booga. I see all you guys in the comment section of this video. Shout out to you guys. You guys are for real day ones. Hey, anyone know what happened to AWOL? Any update on AWOL? Remember AWOL? He was a big commenter in the comment section here on YouTube. I haven't seen AWOL. Anybody know where Tony went? That man Tony donated me over $200 within like 8 weeks of streaming. Because he wasn't there week 1 of the season, I don't believe. I believe he was there just the end of the season. Anyone know where Tony went? That man was donating me like so much money every single game. And that was very awesome of that. Or just very nice. But what happened to Tony, man? AWOL, all these guys that were here. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, Drake. And then Riley Reef with the Vikings as well. That's just one player to name, but yeah. Those are just Bengals players going to the Vikings and Vikings players going to the Bengals. And I'm sure Mike Zim helps us out every now and then with that. DC is a great talent. The channel will make leaps and bounds this season. I want to be a part of it. Houday. Hey, Houday, John. Merge Reds Islands while alive. Owned the dealership in my area every month. She had all the cars. Towed a lot of the last day month to prevent paying taxes. That's crazy. Hey, it's all right, man. John, have a great rest of your day, man. And, you know, have a good rest of the week, too. Oh, you found Night Wolf. You've been a day one, too. I totally forgot about you. You said 126.25. Shay, everyone shout the Night Wolf. Night Wolf's been a fan for a while. Man, when I graduate college, man, and I'm out there broadcasting on the real deal, man, I'm gonna shout out all the OGs on the YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be like live on ESPN or CBS, or maybe I'm on DCTV, Cincinnati Bengals Network. Maybe it blows up and I don't need to graduate college. Whatever happens, I'm gonna have a list of you guys from this stream. I'm gonna be like, Man, shout out to the real day ones out there, man. Anyway, let's see this reaction. You said 126.25. That's pretty impressive. You found it in a 4-hour and 23-minute stream. Sorry if it's a little bright. In there. Thunder cuts the route by Chase Claypool. Read perfectly. Defense is spot on. They did their homework. I mean, it goes through his hands. How many interceptions are we going to drop? Nonetheless, I'm excited. We're getting deflections. It's going through guys' hands. You guys hear that entertainment voice right there? That's red carpet right there. That's red carpet right there. You hear that? You hear that eagerness? You will not find that anywhere else in the Cincinnati content creator area or just NFL in general, baby. 135 likes, 3,900 views. Do you hear that commentary? Ridiculous. 2nd and 10. Big Ben out to Snell. A little dump pass. And he gets maybe a gain of 2. Rat is all over that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yo, I've been saying hashtag Fire Lou. Fire Lou. Fire Lou. Here we go. Here we go. Shaka. Left. Right. And pressure. Throws over the middle. Oh, God. Oh. You can't, Jude. That's what you did. All that dancing. Bell said he was up, Juju. Lit up. Look at the chat. Look at the chat going crazy. Look at that going crazy. Probably the best damn reaction of the whole season. Look, man, I don't like to be cocky or anything, but it don't get better commentary than right there, man. I mean, that is pure excitement, eagerness, red carpet right there. That is probably my favorite reaction of the entire season. Shout out to you, Nightwolf, for picking that up. Jason, sorry, Jason, if you're just now joining. I hope they signed one more O-line. If you're here early in the stream, the first 30 minutes, I said there's 3 guys on my list right now, and it's Trey Turner, number 1, re-signing Quentin Spain, number 2, and then number 3, Nick Easton, and then also a bonus would be Larry Warford. Our 4 guys, we need 3 to 4 guys, and we need to sign 2 of them before we hit the draft. So you're 100% right, Jason. Billy said I'm at 199K. Am I really? I don't know why the live sub counter is not being live. I mean, check this out. It says 1.97 on here. Well, on YouTube it says 1.99. Let me check it out. That's not. I don't know. YouTube says. I don't know. I know we're gonna hit 2K pretty soon. I'm not really tripping about it. I know we will, but yeah, YouTube says we're pretty close. I don't mean to fanboy or anything while we're live. I think we're 3 subscribers away. It shows me like my current analytics at 1997. But hey, if we don't hit it this stream, we don't hit it this stream. I'm not gonna be mad about it. Hey, tomorrow's a new day, family. 1997. We're pretty damn close. I'm not gonna cap. Let's what are you guys saying in here? It says 1998 now. It says 1998 now. I'm not gonna cap. It's getting pretty close. You know when I'm like stressing, I'm really excited when my big vein pops out on my forehead. If you ever see that, you know I'm either really frustrated, really excited, or something crazy is happening. Is when you this is getting a little personal. But you see my vein pop out. Like if you go back and watch that Juju hit, my vein is like zing. Like it's crazy. Oh shit! Hey, we're at 1999. Oh wait, hold on. We really about to hit it right now? Hey, shout out to Bengals fan 9 for joining the Discord. Oh, we're at 199. Yo, you guys are crazy. I wasn't even gonna push for it. I wasn't gonna make you guys like work for it. I was just gonna stream and not focus on it. And if it happens, it happens. But now you guys at 1999. Appreciate it, Andrew. Justin says, who's your favorite Bengals defensive player? He's right here, man. JB3, Jesse Bates. One of the best safeties in the entire National Football League, man. That's a good question, Justin. Just imagine Jonah Williams, Riley Reef, Warford, Easton, or well. I don't know, man. That would be crazy. It says 199 for me still. I'm about to take off this live sub count because this isn't live. I don't know why it's saying 1970, but that off. Yo, I'm about to post this on my Snapchat, my other social medias. Yo, 1,999. Oh, hold on. 1,999 subscribers. We're live right now. Let's go. Oh, I'm about to link it on my YouTube. Oh, what's the score of the Kansas game? Oh, those Kansas Jayhawks better be winning right now. Losing 12-5. Come on. Did we hit 2K yet? I'm not looking. I'm not looking yet. I'm not looking. Did we hit it yet? I'm not looking until I post this. I'm not looking until I post this. Did we hit it? Did we hit it? Yeah, I gotta post this on my Instagram too. Hold on. And then after this, I gotta do some homework before I hit the hay. Did we hit it? Hold on. Let me post it on my Instagram. Post it on my Instagram. I have a feeling we might have hit it. I have a feeling. I have a pretty good feeling. What's chat saying? 2K, 2K, 2K. Congratulations, congratulations. Can we fire Lou? Hey, hashtag fire Lou. Appreciate it, Michael. This channel has gone such a long way, man. I started this channel less than a year ago, man, in June. We're at 2001, the year I was born, and let's go. Thank you guys so much. We hit it. Man, you want to see a kid smile and smile with the have us go to bed with a smile on his face. You guys just did it. Ah, we did it. Thank you so much. And then we're not even close to being done. We're not even close to being done. I started this channel less than a year. Let me look at my first video on this channel. Let me get the exact date because I might have to do a little something for you guys. Maybe a little giveaway. Even though I'm doing a jersey giveaway, which is going to be hurting my pockets. I might be doing another giveaway for my 1-year anniversary. 2002. Oh, you guys are the best. So when was my first video? Burrow to Bengals. Oh, why is it private? Why is that video private? They're gonna... Oh, maybe we'll keep it private. I don't know. I'm not sure why that video is private. Oh, that's just outro. Hold on. Off. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. My first video, DCTV Sports Podcast Q&A and giveaway. April 14th was my first video. 403 views, 18 comments, and 60 likes. Oh, you guys want to see what my setup looked like? You guys want to see how far we've came since August? I told you we're the fastest growing Bengals content community out there, and you guys are the best community there is. You guys want to see the setup when I first started on August 14th with, I think, around 100 subs. I think I had around 250 subs where it was just friends and family from my high school. I was a kid. I was in high school still. I was a senior in high school when I started this channel. Obviously, I'm a freshman in college, about to be a sophomore. Oh, I'm so happy right now. You guys want to see what it looked like? Look at this. This is less than a year, man. I didn't even like my own damn video on this. I got 61 likes now.
This oceanside Verbo is about to be...
Sorry for ads. Look at the old setup. I even changed the intro. The intro is still the same with the beginning, but it doesn't have the Bengals roar. I didn't look, no Bengals roar. See, now it does the black screen, it goes roar, and then it fades to black with my new logo. I mean, still basically the same intro. Good morning, good afternoon, welcome to Dak the DC Review. I'm your host, Drew Collins. If you're new around here, join the DC family, hit the subscribe button. We're on hashtag Road to 3K, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Road to 3K. Let's go. I mean, look at this setup, man. Look at it. I mean, you still got the Xavier flag. It's just pinned behind a whole bunch of stuff. I had a bunch of Viking stuff, some Vikings cups, Adrian Peterson, because my favorite player growing up was Adrian Peterson. That outside of the Bengals, you know, I went to a Vikings Bengals game in Minneapolis. It was awesome. We went to see the Vikings and the Bengals play in the new US Bank Stadium, and I got some stuff signed by the cheerleaders. I had that in the background. And some Cyclone stuff. I had that clock. That clock is about the only thing still here. I had a LeBron jersey gone, Kansas thing gone, the helmet still here, and this, and that's about it. I mean, look at the setup. I had an old mic. I want to tell you guys, like, with all the money I was making from donations and views, which isn't much, for a small YouTuber, I literally spent every single penny and dime back into my setup. I'm a full-time college student. I work a part-time job. Majority of my checks go right back into my setup. It was able for me to afford this whole thing behind me, this beautiful lighting, professional lighting equipment around me. My parents got me for a Christmas gift this beautiful 1080 HD quality Logitech webcam. This beautiful blue microphone, professional. I was able to get that. I spent the money on this, not this stupid little snowball mic that stunk. I mean, I mean, I know I'm only at 2K subs, but a big part of this channel growing is because of you guys helping me out, leaving a like on the video, getting active in the comment section, sharing it with your friends. Like, I'm basically trying to say I wouldn't be growing as fast as I am without you guys, leaving your support. And I just want to show you how, since in less than a year, we've gone from 400 views and a crappy setup and crappy videos that weren't even streams to where we are now with a Discord over 100 people, my Instagram over 100 followers, my Twitter over 400 followers, this YouTube over 2,000 subscribers, like in like 10 months. So I just want to thank you guys big time. Like, this is where we came from right here. And I wasn't streaming because I couldn't afford a streaming software. Like, I pay a monthly payment for my streaming software, OBS Streamlabs, which makes me able to have this beautiful entertainment surrounding me. I was able to get that because of the donation and because of Buzz, who pays me a monthly payment. That's, not too much money, but to anybody it's money. That supports me. I get that money and I can put it back into my my streaming software. Like, I got a stream deck where I can press buttons to do stuff with the stream. Like, all this crazy stuff. Like, the person that make my logos, like the person that made my logos, I had to pay them. Like, I paid people for my thumbnails. Like, those also, now the thumbnails I've been making, but my game day thumbnails, somebody made those for me. But every other thumbnail outside of my game day ones I've made, so I saved money there. Other than that, man, I put so much money into it. So, like, I'm just trying to show you, in 10 months, we've gone from this to this. Like, I'm done with the cringy, like, thank you for stuff, but, like, I just want to show you that we're not even close to being done. I was a high school kid who just had dreams to be becoming something big in the content creator industry in Cincinnati, and now I'm 19. I'm in college. I'm a lot more mature than I was now. I still got this ugly hair. Obviously, it's in a bun right now. What should I do? Should I cut my hair for 2K subs? What should I do? What should I do for maybe 3,000, maybe 3K subs? Cut my hair? Guys, I haven't cut my hair since I was like a sophomore in high school. And now I'm a freshman in college. I mean, look at the flow. Should I cut the hair for 3K subs maybe? Maybe 2K subs? I don't know. Like, anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. I don't want no lovey-dovey, but, like, truly, like, I just hope you guys can see the growth of this channel in less than, a couple months. Or 10 months, less than a year. Oh, it says 2K subs on the channel page. Damn, that's awesome. Does the sub count fix now? It still says 1970, so you know what? We're just going to turn it off because it stinks. Hold on, I'll answer your guys' comments in a second. I just had to get that out of the way. Like, all right, what are you guys saying? Appreciate it, John, man. Much love. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Shaw. Thank you, Michael. Ethan, Aaron, H2 Productions, Jose, Fred. I was sub 1998. Hey, man. Keep that in your back pocket. Hands drew a bottle of champagne, a bottle of sparkling wine. Hey, man, 19 is legal alcohol in a lot of most countries around the world, just not the United States. So, and we'll just leave it at that. Hey, thank you. Cheers, Andrew. What's the Discord? There's a description or a link, and the link I think it's the third link in the description. It's the 513. I think it's called the DCTV 513 Sports Discord. DCTV 513 Sports Discord. Appreciate that, Fred. John. And we got a lot of Johns. Appreciate the John family. We have a lot of Johns. I got you, Andrew. Congrats on 2K. Thank you. Do you live on your own? I do not. I don't live on campus at Xavier. I'm a commuter, so I live with my parents right now, but between my part-time job and if I start making, more money over the next year or so at YouTube, I plan on, moving out and stuff, but that's a long way down the road. Appreciate it, John. Hey, Donovan. Let's get a shout out to Donovan, man. If you guys hear those fire-ass beats on my videos, not my streams in the background, that's that boy Donovan Coert, man. He makes all of them, so shout out to him. Don't you ever dare cut your hair. Leave that a personal preference. I don't know. Ah. Damn, man, I can't believe we hit 2K subs tonight. I was going to do like a 15, 30-minute stream, and we've been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's crazy. Every stream, I'm like, I'll be live for 15, 30 minutes, and then you guys just get so active in the comment section. I just keep going for hours. Like, the Trey Turner stream was 3 hours. Last night's stream was an hour. I think I'm just so used to long streams because I was doing consecutive, 4 to 5 hour streams during the season. So like an hour stream's literally nothing to me now. So any last questions before I get out of here, guys? Thank you so much. Like, I'm kind of speechless. Sorry if I'm so unfocused. I'm just so in the moment of hitting 2K subs. But it's a big milestone for me personally. But any last questions, comments about Bengals free agency talk? Or possibly about myself. Man. Any... Wow. Shout out Strictly Bengals on Instagram. He's following. He said he's live right now. Go check his Instagram out. Sorry if you won't focus. Strictly Bengals on Instagram. My content on Instagram is, not the best. I just post my thumbnails really. But Strictly Bengals, #1 Bengals page, news and updates for the culture. Pretty good edits. Look pretty professional. I'll follow you as well. Everyone else, go follow Strictly Bengals on Instagram. Hey, shout at me on Instagram. I didn't even notice. Sorry if I'm so distracted, guys. I'm just so blown away, man. 10 months and 2K subs. Everyone go follow him on Instagram right now. Strictly Bengals. I gotta post on my actual Instagram, not my... Guys, we did it. Less than 1 year, we hit 2K subs, man. We're live right now. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, DCTV family and Houday Nation, man. It means the world. What are we saying in the chat? Dang, you still live? Yeah, man. 2 hours later. Die hard. Appreciate that, Ethan. Hey, overnight 33. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Thank you for staying on topic, and I apologize I'm not on topic. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize I'm not on topic. It's fine. Bengals fan says, I really worried about the Bengals not addressing the interior O-line. They have plenty of money left to go for a good right guard. You are completely right, man. There's 4 options in my mind. Number 1, Trey Turner. Sorry, I keep repeating myself for the people that have been here all day, but for the new people that are joining in. Number 1, Trey Turner. Number 2, re-sign Quentin Spain. Number 3, Nick Easton, and also Larry Warford. All 4 of those guys can play interior O-line or O-line, left guard, right guard, and or center. Just like Easton, he's started left guard, right guard, and center. So they're all 3 valuable options to help come in immediately, make an impact on the interior O-line, as well to address the options in free agency as well. So Die Hard said Giants are paid for Galladay. As of right now, they did, but within the next 3 years, the salary cap is going to go up so significantly that, you know, it might be a good deal then if he actually produces, you know, 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns. If he gets that production over the next few years, the contract won't look as bad as it does right now. But as of this day and age, yeah, they paid a good amount of money, but it's New York, man. I mean, you can't be an organization in New York and underpay people. It's the Big Apple, man. Come on, it's the big ticket. It's New York. When did this news come out? Says Jack Katz. I believe earlier today. If you want specifics, facts, stats, where the specific news came out, go to the first 15 minutes. Go to minute 5 to minute 15. That's where I go over all the specifics. As of right now, while we're off topic, because we've been live for over 2 hours, so. There you go. The gamer says transfer to Miami. Hey man, I almost went to U Tampa. I got in at U Tampa and I got in at Florida Gulf Coast University. So I'd be a little bit closer. And I was just actually in Orlando like a week ago. And I'm gonna be in Florida again in a couple more weeks. So shout out to you, Florida boys. Reef was a great signing, played every snap last year, only gave up 1 sack. Completely agree, Stan. 1-year guy who's going to come in and be an automatic leader, an anchor on that O-line, and hopefully he can teach the other guys around to have some team chemistry and just teach them more about the game of football. It's good to have those good guys who are veterans, who've seen a lot of football, has played a lot of football, and come in and not just be good for himself, but to be able to get a locker room together, especially that offensive line, and hopefully better everybody else around him. Imagine getting excited over someone worse than XSF. Xavier? That's incorrect. I would totally disagree with that, but hey, I respect your comment. No more questions. Do some ballet twirls in your living room to celebrate. Might have to. Cut the hair. Bengals drafting a receiver round 1. We'll see. Well, if they don't address the offensive line, they will be drafting offensive line with that first pick. But if they do decide to address it furthermore, then I think there's a good chance of Jamar Chase and or Kyle Pitts. I'm also curious, says Donovan. That's funny. I don't know, man. Like, I've been thinking about trimming it to just cut the locks and just have the flow, just like the straight hair flow. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hey, 691 Bengals fan, appreciate that, man. I will keep up the good work, and thank you for supporting me, man. It means the world. My option Florida is great for week, but anything longer, that's so much. Hey, man, I mean, one of my first few weeks of doing this YouTube channel, I was in Florida for 2 whole weeks, and I was still uploading content. And I was new to the game, man. I'll show you guys. Here's my videos. What week was it? Oh. Yo, so we already went back down memory lane on my first video, which was 11 months ago. April 14th, 2020 was my first video. But you may be asking, when was my first live stream? And these live streams are really what got my channel booming. My first live stream, I didn't do a live stream for months, my YouTube career. 9 months ago, the best Cincinnati sports podcast, live Q&A, and Bengals news. 200 views and 26 likes. June 17th, 2020 was my first live stream. And this is it. Look how embarrassing this is. Guys, this was only June 17th. This was 9 months ago. This is how far the channel has gone. Remember who's the OGs that remembers the old layover? You got the DCTV, my Instagram, Twitter, and then my lower third banner right here, the Best Cincinnati Sports Podcast Live, and I would change it from video to video. Ugh. 200 views, 26 likes. This was 9 months ago. Look where we are now, man. Hey, hashtag road to 1K was there. Hey, we're hashtag road to 3K. We're moving on, baby. Thank you for the support. But you guys saw my first video. What about my first live stream? How embarrassing is that? I got you, Strictly Bengals. Shout out to Andrew on Instagram. I'll try to join your stream tomorrow if possible to talk. But yeah, shout out to you for being a big supporter. I'll let you know if I can make it tomorrow. But that's very nice of you. Sorry. Shout out to all people that shout out me on social media. Obviously, I'll shout you right back out. Wow. Greg Berry said, I'd say we killed it this offseason. Which is your favorite pickup so far? Man, that's a tough one. I liked a lot of the guys we brought in. I think the guy that could be the biggest impact right away is Trey Hendrickson. Out of all the guys, I think he's set for another big season. But I like Shadobi Awuzie. He seems like he has a very high potential. He just hasn't tapped into yet. Mike Hilton's going to be one of the best slot corners in the NFL in 2021. Larry Unkunjobi, I think, is one guy I'm eager to learn more about. Because I really don't know much about him, which is disappointing because he's a divisional player coming from the Browns. But I think one that I'm expecting the most out of is Riley Reef, man. I'm expecting him to come in and be one of the best damn tackles in the league and to carry that offensive line. But I think my favorite player might be from the draft with that first pick. Let's see who it is. But yeah, I don't. There's not one player I love more than everybody else so far. Just not yet. Not quite yet. You know, we got to learn more about these guys. These guys got to get in some more interviews. We got to see them on the field. We got to, I got to evaluate these players before I say I like this guy more than the other. Appreciate it, John. I doubt they will pick O-line first round. I think they try to pick either a receiver, D-line, or defensive back. We definitely need to work on D. We've been working on O-line all offseason. Well, I mean, I think we've spent more money on defense than we have offense this season, actually. I mean, we've signed, most of it was signing positions that we lost, but still, we got out Trey Hendrickson to be our starting in. We got Trey Waynes coming back this season to be our cornerback 1. We picked up Chidobe Awuzie to be our cornerback 2. Mike Hilton to be our starting slot cornerback. Larry Gajobi to be our defensive tackle number 2 and number 1, depending on if he beats DJ Reader out in that defensive tackle 1 spot. Which don't forget about DJ Reader coming off a season-ending injury last season. We also picked him up the season before from the Houston Texans on a pretty big deal. No, I mean, I see what you mean, but we spent a lot of money on the defense, which we kind of had to because we lost so many players. But, as of right now, I think if the draft were today and we didn't pick up any more offensive linemen, I think we still pick offensive lineman 1. It's just we don't have a single right guard on the entire roster, and our offensive line's the clear biggest red spot because we need to protect Burrow. But if we bring in 2 of the 4 guys I said, Trey Turner, Easton, Larry Warford, who else? Who was the other guy? The other guy I've talked about a million times. Pick up one of those guys or 2 of those guys. I think maybe we pick offensive lineman in the 2nd round instead. But if not, I still think we draft 1st round offensive lineman. But if we do end up attacking that O-line at the end of this free agency, then hey man, we might go D-line. If the Bengals win a playoff game, you got to cut it. I'll make a deal to that. I would definitely make a deal to that. If I can witness the first Bengals win in the playoffs of my life, I will cut my hair. If that were to happen this season, 110%, I'll cut my hair that night or that next day. 110%. I haven't witnessed the Bengals win one playoff game my entire life, so if that were to happen, I will cut it for sure. Drake, you remember that overlay? You should get a mullet. I don't know about that one, man. Hey, Rocket, you say what you gotta do, but I'm not even gonna say nothing. Okay, I'll say this: 2K subs in 10 months. It is what it is. Say Lay, hello from England. We've got your back. You got your backup QB yet? Yeah, we're gonna bring him back. Brandon Allen. He's gonna be our QB number 2 because Finley, we traded him to the Texans, so it's gonna be Brandon Allen because he knows the system with Zach Taylor. Who do you think is the best player on defense besides Jesse Bates? I gotta see how Trey Hendrickson is. I think he'll be the most talented on the defensive line for sure. At least he should be with how much we paid him. And then outside of him, I mean, I think Trey Waynes will turn some heads this season, coming off a season, not being able to play all last season. Von Bell really had a great season. A little iffy in coverage against tight ends a couple times in the red zone, but other than that, he played pretty spiffy. I don't know. I mean, it's Von Bell by a lot, but there is a couple other guys. Hey man, you gotta say what you gotta say, man. Go hop into his one. Go hop into his stream then. Hey, I respect decision. I respect the decision. Hey, we're all Houday Nation, but we're DC TV family as well, for sure, for sure. We really don't need Panay because we have Riley Reef and Jonah Williams. Well, you also got to think Riley Reef is only on a 1-year deal. Don't let that slip your mind. Also, if we could get somebody to, if he could slide in the guard for the first season of his career, then go back to tackle after, boom, problem solved. Now, if the Bengals interview him before the draft, like they will, and he says, "Nah, I'm only looking to play tackle. I'm not looking to play guard." Well, then you got to look at other options. But if they interview him and he's like, "Hey man, I'll play whatever I got to play," and he's there at 5th, 100%, I bet you they got him because they'll play him at guard this season, and then when Riley Reef doesn't resign next season, he'll move him to tackle next season because that's what the Bengals will say. If he says, "Yeah, man, I'm looking to play, I will play guard. I want, tackle is my number 1, but I have to play another position. I will." But the Bengals are going to say, "Well, hey, man, we got you at guard this season. You want tackle back? Well, 2022, we got you starting tackle." Boom, just like that. So I wouldn't be so easy to let it slip your mind like, "Hey, we don't need him." Riley Reef is 33 years old and only signed on a 1-year deal, so keep that in mind. Donovan said, let that man hit the door. Hey, we keep it professional over here. No hate, man. It's all love. But finally, someone stuck up for me. We are totally a new team. No AJ Green, no Gino, William Jackson, Carlos Dunlap. Everyone from the Marvin Lewis era is gone. Jesse Bates and Tyler Boyd are the only two. Reggie, you're right, man. I mean, everybody gone. It's a new look Bengals, a new era, new stripes, you know, new day. You know, they've been repping this since they brought in Zach Taylor. So, you know what I mean? Hey, Rocket News, man, you can hit that mute real quick. We don't play for seconds over here. Stop distracting the stream, man. Oops, sorry. Hey, we have 69 likes. Shout out to the support, man. Shout out to the support, man. Hey, Drake, I'm going to check you out right now, man. What you got? Appreciate it, Drake. Thanks for the shout out on Twitter, man. 401 followers on Twitter. And you guys even killed on Twitter today, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let me go up on Twitter real quick. I know I marked something. I know I made a tweet of my subs certain day a long time ago. I want to see. It was like that specific day I tweeted out just my sub number. Maybe. Go to fuel gas to the fire, man. Hey, how's everyone Monday go? Did everyone have a good Monday today? Wow, USC's beating Kansas 40-21. Are you shitting me? That's Everybody have a good Monday today, man. I had a pretty good Monday. I was pretty busy. Woke up, worked out, I woke up, did cardio. I woke up, did cardio. Had school 11 to 3. Came home, went back to the gym for lifting. Came back home, ate a beautiful dinner today outside. Grilled chicken, fish, veggies. And then came on here, took a shower, came onto stream to talk to my favorite people. I mean, hey, you do you, man. You do you. Just kind of a little parade here for 2K subs and just good vibes going. I'm not even gonna, can't please everybody, man. Sorry guys, I know I'm off topic like usual, but I'm trying to find a tweet where I talked about how many subs I had. I want to see what day it was. 11, 12, 20. I talked about hitting 1,000 total. 100,000 total views. 100,000 total views on my channel. That was a day for my birthday, November 12th, 2020. How many total views are we at now? Wait, we're at 2,005 subs, baby. I love you guys. You beautiful freaking people, man. Beautiful people in community. Every single one of you. How many total views are we at on the channel in total? Because I wasn't even at 1,000 about 6 months ago, I'd say, right? November, give or take. Where are we at now? $140,000. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm so thankful. Like, I'm such a small YouTuber, man, but like, to get rid of this fast, dude, that's crazy. Uh, Anybody on topic? Thank you. K99 Craig. You play Call of Duty? Because that's a Call of Duty class, right? Great, 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 great comment. He said, I'm so happy about Frank Pollock returning. You know what, man? That is on me. That was during my break when he returned to Cincinnati. You know, I'm trying to think for words here. I think that was my 2 month break from the end of the season to now, or to this week when I didn't make any content. I believe is when he signed back with the Bengals, and that is so unbelievably like slept on, that man right there, because he has already done big things for the Bengals, organization, and the fact that we have him back is going to be so huge. He's going to do big things, and he is going to be a big part of that role of improving our offensive line, not just with the players we're getting, the new players we're getting, but also the new scheme, how the players are going to work, how they're going to practice, how they're going to eat, how they're going to train. Like, that is going to be so slept on that I might have to do a stream on him, just him directly. So I'll keep that in mind. Like, that is 100% true. Like, Frank has done so much for this organization, and the fact that we have him back is just totally slept on and needs to be talked about more. And that's personally my fault for not talking about him as much as I should. I'll take a little bit of blame on that as well. Personally, he's gonna do big things. Did I say defense? I don't know if I just said defense right there. If I did, my bad. You know what I mean? Offensive line. He's gonna do big things for this organization like he's already have. So, thank you for getting back on topic. That was a great point. And I might have to do a stream just talking about Frank, his past, where he's came from, his with Cincinnati leaving, coming back to Cincinnati. Like, what is it about him that he really does great things for Cincinnati? So, and how he's going to be a part of hashtag protect Burrow. All right, guys, it's getting to 11 o'clock, and I got to do some homework before midnight. And we have been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So if you guys haven't already, smash that like button, hit the sub button. We just hit 2K. We're on hashtag road to 3K Cubs subs. Thank you so much. If you have any last questions, comments, concerns, anything about Bengals free agency, Bengals sports, anything in general, please put it in the comment section right now so I can get some last reactions before I go ahead and get out of here. As a happy man, because we just hit 2K subs, man. Very, very happy camper. Very, very happy camper. Put it in the comment section right now. Joe Mixon will be a 1,000-yard rusher with Frank Pollock back, says Reggie. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point because, everyone just talks about hashtag protect Burrow, which I do obviously a lot. But one thing, what are we sleeping on? This doesn't just improve for Burrow. This is also huge for, um, this is also huge for Mixon. You know what I mean? Like, this is big time for Mixon. Frank is going to help him and help these offensive linemen become better at rush blocking. They're going to have better schemes. They're going to be able to connect more with Mixon to see what, benefits him more. Left side, right side, up the middle, outside. What can they do to utilize the most out of Mixon? Obviously, when he returns back healthy. But you know what I mean. So I 100% agree with that. Mixon should be just as happy as Joe Burrow. He should be just as happy as Joe Burrow with all these new offensive line coming in, possibly being able to draft an offensive lineman at, round 1, round 2, round 3, wherever they decide to draft some more offensive line at. It's gonna be awesome for Mixon. And I talked about it last season. People would talk about in previous season how good Mixon's been. He's been that good with a at best average offensive line in his career, maybe a little above average at some games and some moments. Imagine what he can do with the top 15, top 10 offensive line. Imagine how much production you're going to get out of Mixon and not just Burrow. Uh, I 100% agree, and that was a great point to bring up. Mixon should have a huge season come 2021. As long as he's healthy and ready, it should at least be 1,000 yards. And get ready for him to have a big receiving season too. He is going to have at least 250, if not more, receiving yards. Probably a couple receiving touchdowns. So I'll just say that. Get ready. All right, let's stop with the beef in the chat. The whole point is not getting banned talking about it or getting that. I love all content creators in Cincinnati, and I want them to flourish just as much as I would hope they would want me to flourish. There's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of competition. The only thing we were saying is not even 30 minutes ago, I finally hit 2K subs in less than 10 months, and we were just trying to enjoy the moment and focus on that. There's no hate, so you could just like not bring it up. Like, you can do what you want, obviously. The whole point isn't banning you or doing that. I'm not telling you who you can or cannot like and watch. That's not the point. The whole point was just I just had 2K subs and we're all just trying to focus and enjoy the moments and the memories. But it's okay if you're not smart enough or intelligent enough to enjoy that. Hey man, do you? But no, I there was no disrespect behind it or anything. I love all Bengals content creators and I wish them the best because I want them to do best, because when they're doing good, I'm doing good. When I'm doing good, they're doing good. It's the best when the Bengals are winning. It helps Bengal content creators. When the Bengals are losing, it hurts Bengal content creators in general. It don't matter if it's our Instagram page, a YouTube page, a Twitter page, if it's a fan account, if it's a fake fan account. Like, we all want each other to flourish. That wasn't the point. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. I see a couple of you guys talking about in the comments. I usually don't focus on the negativity, but I just want to get the whole point. That there's really no arrogance behind it, and that was kind of where I was trying to hint at when I was talking about that. So I hope you can understand that. So hopefully we're all on the same page there. No hate, it's all love for Houday Nation and all the content creators in it. All right. So, can't respect that? Then hey man, leave a dislike on the video, unsubscribe, and you do, man. I can only please so many people. And that's all I wanted to say, man. And for the 99% of the rest of you that enjoy what I bring and are appreciative of it, and yeah, I'm going to have differences in other YouTubers, and they're going to have differences as me. That's all good, man. That's what makes all these content creators amazing. You know what I mean? Some people like other people because, they have a little bit more age or a little bit more experience or totally different reasons, and they might like somebody else because of the other reasons. That's what it's about, man. That is the beauty of being able to have being a content creator, because you can do you and people will love you for that. You can do exactly what you want to do and people will love you for it. And some people will hate you for it, but that's what creating content is all about. And that's what I've learned this past year in this journey of the past 11 months. So I'm really appreciative of all DCT family and Houday Nation, man. It has been a fun 11 months, and I can't wait to do it again another 11 months. So no, Smokey, and I'm not even talking about you, man. It's totally okay to compliment other people. I was just letting you know why we were so pumped at the moment, because we just hit 2K subs. So that's all I was doing. And I don't know why my sub count isn't working. Hopefully that works, because it's not 1970. And you see this road to 2K down here? Let's change it to 3K, baby. Oh, look at that 3K, baby. That looks so good. Jack Ryan said, temper your expectations. Burrow suffered a devastating injury. He will never be the same. He can still be great, but he'll never be as great as he could be. That's on Brown, Tobin, and Zach. That's not a good way to end the stream. Can somebody else please ask another question or a statement? please, regarding Bengals content, please, please, please. No way. If we sign another O lineman, they draft Sewell. They draft Sewell. They are not taking Pitts over Joe Burrow's teammate. Are you saying Chase? Hey, and look, this is the last thing I'm saying about it. I don't have to be your favorite content creator. That's not what I'm saying. I could be your least favorite YouTuber, but you're still watching and enjoying. So, that's all I'm saying. You don't have to be my favorite. I'm not begging you to be my favorite. I just want you to understand where we're coming from with just hitting 2K and being excited about it. That's it, man. It's all love. So, I like Grogu. Grogu's completely switching up here. Bengals are going to win a Super Bowl in the 5 years of Max. Thank you. Positivity that's in the stream. Hey, Dark Knight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you for some positivity to end the stream. Look at you guys. Look at you guys coming in. Let me read this Dark Knight. Let me read this. Hold on. Let me read this real quick. Yes. This is a great comment. Beautiful comment right here, man. 77 likes. Thank you guys for all the likes. 78 likes. Thank you for the support and the 1 dislike. Keep it coming, baby. Oh, sorry about that. You guys are the best. So here we go. The Dark Knight 75. Yeah, Jack Ryan, he'll never be the same. He'll be better because one thing I've learned, when Joe is knocked down, he gets back up stronger. And if you don't believe me, just wait and see. Can we inject this in my veins right here? Go ahead and pin that message. Can we inject that in the veins right now? Can we inject that into my veins right now? Can we get a Dark Knight hype? Can everyone say thank you, Dark Knight, or let's go, Dark Knight, or who day, Dark Knight? That's the people I'm looking for in stream, man. Thank you for rephrasing that comment. But hey, like I said, I respect all comments and decisions that are said, man. So even if we butt heads or disagree, it is what it is. So if you don't think Joe Burrow will be the same, that's on you, man. That's your decision. But do I agree with Dark Knight 75 150%? You're damn right. Someone said, yeah, the ACL tear really ruined Brady's career. The Bengals will trade their 5th pick for 11th or 12th for a guard and draft a receiver. Interesting. Bengals don't really trade in the draft, but if they did, man, that would be very, very interesting. Egg bug, man. I like that right there. I like that egg bug. 100% right there. Ethan said, what year will Joey B make the Pro Bowl? This year? Shoot, if that guy's healthy and has an O-line that can give him more than 3.5, 4 seconds to block, who knows how many Pro Bowls that man will get. I mean, I'll end the stream with this question, man. Where do you rank Burrow in the division quarterback race? Is he the best quarterback? Is he the second best, third quarterback, or the worst quarterback in the division? And Rocket, bro, we're all good. No hate. Like I said, I respect all your decisions and choices of whatever in life. Like, that's the whole point. I got to be able to be mature enough to respect that, right? Or I'll never make it once I graduate and go get a job in sports broadcasting. I gotta respect it. But I just wanted you to know where I was coming from at the time. We were in a moment of celebration that happens like once every 10 months on my channel, even though my channel is only 10 months old. All right, Burrow. Juicy said Burrow will recover. I don't think it'll affect him as it would most QBs. He's different. I don't think it'll phase him. Ethan said straight facts. Rocket News said Joe be back. The Gamer said 1-2. And the Dark Knight said, and the fact that people doubt Burrow's arm strength is mind-boggling because week 1 he threw an absolute dime 50 yards at John Ross, who dropped it. and I saw a tweet. I'm so sorry, I can't remember who the person who tweeted it was. I think a few days ago, and he said somebody was talking about on Twitter, because Twitter is very toxic for sports argument, very immature spot. But if you love arguing, Twitter's the way to go. But anyways, some people were talking about it was a Burrow post, and somebody said it doesn't matter. He can't throw. He has a weak arm, and he was just saying all this stuff about how he can't throw the deep ball. And somebody like quoted it, and they're like, give him a deep threat, and he'll throw deep balls, which was a very valid reason. John Ross, you could throw him. He could go past as many corners as he wanted, and he still wouldn't catch the ball if it hit him in his head or hit him in his chest. It would just bounce right off like there was butter on his gloves. So yeah, Tyler Boyd, I'm not considering him a deep threat. He can get past some corners. AJ Green really wasn't a deep threat at the end of his career. So possibly in this draft, get him a deep threat and he'll throw deep balls. 110% agree with that tweet. But the gamer said 1 to 2. Nightwolf said 2. Ethan said 1. Juicy said 2 right now, but he has the most potential. In-law said Watson might get released in the NFL right now. Is that what they're saying? I mean, Deshaun Watson has a lot of boiling water up to his neck right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's like trending on Twitter or something. That trending? I don't see that trending on Twitter, but his future ahead of him has a lot of question marks. Hey, innocent until proven guilty. Although I do not condone what he possibly has to 13 plus people. Ethan says 1, easy. Juicy says 2nd, but has potential. In-law says 2 right now. Dark Knight says 2 only because Baker has a better team around him, but once he does, he'll be a 1. Rock. Okay, put them in order real quick. Dude, he said Joe Baker running back. I mean, Lamar Jackson right now is better than Ben Roethlisberger, and Baker Mayfield might be better than Ben Roethlisberger in his career right now. I know I'm either putting Joe Burrow at number 1 or number 2. Right now, with him only playing like 6 to 8 games or whatever games he played before he got injured, I mean, he would still be 1 or 2 for me, even with only seeing 6 to 8 games. All they do is play action. Yeah, the Browns. Hey, but if it works, it works, man. I said that in the beginning of the season. I said when Kevin Stefanski went to the Browns, I was on it before anybody else. I said when Kevin Stefanski went to the Browns, that was the best coaching decision the Browns have ever made. And soon enough, he has a great record, takes him to the playoffs, get a playoffs win, and won coach of the year. You know, I don't like the Browns, but damn, Kevin Stefanski is a great coach, and he might do 80% play action, but it works because he doesn't want Joe Burrow to make plays. He wants Joe Burrow to have to depend on his rushing game. The other way around, the Bengals, they depend on Joe Burrow. So that's the difference of why I think Joe Burrow is better than Baker Mayfield. So that's all I got to say. So I'm going to end it off here, but as of right now, it's between, because Baker has only played 6 to 8 games, as of right now, from what we've seen, I can't be biased. I have to put Lamar just because he's an MVP. Like, he just has it on him right now. Obviously, I'm not saying for the future. I'm just saying right now, for what we've seen from all 4 players, it would be Lamar, Burrow. I don't know if I'd put Big Ben over Baker. Let me check Big Ben's stats versus Baker's stats last season. Let me check their stats before I make a call on one of them. Big Ben, 380 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 picks. Okay, 6'5". Okay, he'd probably be over Baker. 26 and 8. Okay, so I guess from what we've seen right now, not debating the future quarterback, but not trying to be biased. Lamar's won an MVP already. Joe Burrow's only played like 6 to 8 games, so as of right now, I'd have to go Lamar, Burrow, Big Ben, Baker Mayfield. That would be my 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we're talking about future quarterbacks, it would be obviously Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and whoever the future is for the Steelers, because this is probably Big Ben's last year. Let's be honest. So I'm gonna end it there, guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's right there, link description from Drake. 100 plus people in there. We're talking Bengal sports all day, every day. I gotta go do some homework. I want to thank you guys so much for getting me the 2K subs today. It means the world to me. Showing a lot of showing a lot of support on the like button, the comment section, getting active. Just keep spreading the channel, man. And I'll be here for you guys. If you need to catch me, need to ask me any personal questions, or you need anything really in life, please contact me on one of my accounts. There's my Twitter, my Instagram. I'm active on those mostly. Please get at me if you need anything. Let's see. I agree with you, Elijah. Shaw, have a great rest of your day. Gamer, I do agree with you, but it's a smart move by Kevin Stefanski. Rocket said, "Buy one last thing. Could we get Sammy Watkins?" I think it's pretty unlikely because he's meeting with the Ravens this week. I don't think he leaves Baltimore without a contract in hand because the Baltimore Ravens desperately need some more receivers. So because of that, I think it's pretty unlikely. There's always a chance. So with that, guys, I'm gonna wrap this stream up. Get active in the comment section, post-production. Let me know your thoughts on Nick Easton and the Bengals free agency. If you've enjoyed, smash the like button, join the DCT family, follow me on my socials. Other than that, guys, I'm up and out of here. Stay you, stay true, and as always, who they?